okay? You heard what opinion say. She repeated it twice. So don't be stupid. Don't ask stupid, okay? Don't ask dumb. She repeated it twice. So she already asked already.
I have to drop you. Sorry, Atty, ukitaka unaweza ni block. I don't like people when we having the discussions like this. Unataka kuleta matusi, I can do it. We don't want tractions. If you want tractions, then I can drop. Akuja tukanane. And again, yes, I was in jail because of domestic violence, right?
I am requesting for DJ Pat to come back up.
Yes.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patient Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
Wewe, maybe hata wewe ndio ulianza.
Hebu kwanza pozini, Merupretty na Sweet Facts. Watu wa like hii video ama tuanguke. Ni nini? Kwani hizi like
tap the screen tukiendelea. Hapo sasa basi.
Continue Merupretty. Hey Merupretty. Do your thing, go on.
Merupretty continue.
No, nimemaliza. Nataka maybe hata Rafa kuja hapa. Na let me tell you something. Nyinyi wanawake, msiwekwe uoga na mtu mmoja ama kikundi moja. Ate yule anasupport huyu ni mjinga, ni takataka, akona low self esteem. We've had that. Nikiwa na low self esteem inakuhusu nini? Mimi niko over, nimefika 40 years huko, kwa hivyo for all that long nimekuwa na low self esteem. At least I have low self esteem and I have a fucking beautiful life with my low self-esteem. Don't you come and throw those words. Alafu mnasemanga, they were never loved. They are never exposed.
They are going through something.
They are going through something. Everything is low self-esteem. Do you even understand the meaning of low self-esteem? Can you equate? Can you even measure? How do you measure low self-esteem if you're not a psychologist? Just because you saw me here and I was doing something. Wewe wakati umefika level 30 something. Didn't you have low self-esteem? Sai, when you give somebody, even though you give a money gun or you give a whatever, a rose, you have low self-esteem because maybe your rose is what you can afford.
Stop, guys. I just wanted to
that rose. Maybe you sending that rose and me sending the lion or sending our interstellar, you have low self-esteem because maybe you sent that rose and you didn't afford it. You couldn't afford it. So don't you tell me, let's not measure one another. You don't know anybody's pockets. You're gifting. Let me tell you something. Understand, mimi hakuna mtu anaweza nipangia maisha. Learn to be strong, mentally strong. They will throw these trigger words kwako. Uko na low self-esteem, ujielewi, unaongea, wewe ni mshamba, wewe ni nini. Stand strong. Mimi I disappear from this platform because I want to, not because of somebody who is so below my level, who they can never even open the doors are open. We can never even share the same table. We are not of the same caliber. Naweza kuwa naongea sijaenda whatever, but let me tell you something. Mtu asikupange. Wewe ni Mkenya daima. Mkenya imara, know your rights. Musiteswa na watu hapa wanakuja na dola zao 10, dola zao 20. Mimi Merupretty nimeenda nikatafuta dola 2 hapa alafu na kudhulumu ukiwa Kenya. Stop this shit. Munadhulumiwa hapa mkiwa Kenya. And people in the United States, in Europe, stop kudhulumu wa Kenya. You've come from Kenya. Kenya is our country. Kama wewe unataka, kama umekuwa so woke, if you're so woke, na umekuwa kwa hii country, there are some stuff sikuwa naelewa before I came here, and I became woke. Kwa hivyo, then teach those people. Teach them to follow the legal system. Si kukuja kuambia watu wataoza. Wewe ni nani hapa anakuambianga utaoza? Ndio mnajipiganga vifua kwa sababu mnajua mkiwa kwa hizi countries the law does not work like that. Hakuna polisi in the US ama UK ama Europe akona njaa atachukua hongo. Lakini mimi Merupriti nikiwa na dola zangu na dhulumu Mkenya mwenzangu. It need to stop. Tutumie the legal way. Kama in Kenya, defamation kama under the constitution is illegal, then use the legal way. Na nyinyi mapolisi, I swear to God munatumiwa. Nyinyi kama tunaandamana kwa serikali ya Kasongo, nyinyi ndio tutaandamana na nyinyi. Mutarudi kwenu kwa mama zenu, mukatumiwa hizo dola 20 munatumiwa, lakini hamtakuwa kwa pero ya serikali. Hata sisi tunalipa ushuru. Hata sisi tuko na familia zetu ziko Kenya. The same way you're doing to our brothers and sisters on the internet is the same way you'll be used by these idiots that are in these countries with their few dollars. The same way you're used to kutesa our brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers that are so less fortunate in the country. The same way mutafanya. And this need to be stopped. Those activists in Kenya is the time to say no to police brutality, no to police wakitumiwa na wamama na wababa. Mko hapa munatumia dola zenu sijui 20, mumefanya double shift, mumeenda hapa mko kusanya, mukachanga na hata hamna nini na maloya wengine bonoko na ndio munatumia watu. We need to stop this. If you have a lawyer ambaye anasimama kwa ukweli, is the time for us to stop this. Otherwise, your freedom of speech inaibiwa hapa. If I'm a Merupriti that I can speak anything, ninajua niko na freedom of speech hapa US, but that freedom of speech does not nini kuja hapa nifanye death threat alafu niseme ati government nitaenda kushutu watu, nitaenda kutupa watu kwa lake, nitaenda kutupa watu. That is not freedom of speech. Lakini wewe unaongea hapa una threaten watu, but people are so afraid of you they cannot do shit. Lakini wewe una threaten watu wengine Kenya. I Merupriti, I stand and I reject with all my soul and my blood. Na tutapelekana andi mwisho. Let the strongest win kwa hii battle ya kudhulumu wa Kenya, ya kudhulumu a boy child, ya kudhulumu a girl child. Si mwanamke mwanamme. If it is your right as a Kenyan, kama umedhulumiwa, there's the legal way to follow it. Tutakusupport. Lakini usitumie goons that are full of hate kudhulumu Mkenya mwingine. We reject that as Kenyans and we should all hold hands. Kwa sababu leo ni your neighbor, kesho hata wewe utadhulumu.
Hapo sasa, that is the bitter truth.
Nimemaliza. Na boy child niko na wewe hadi mwisho. I support boy child, I support girl child, na support kila Mkenya ambaye anadhulumiwa nao matakataka wako huku majuu wakijifanya wana pesa. Pesa gani mko nazo? Mko na nini? Mko na nini? Munadhulumu Mkenya mwenzako. Umetoka Kenya, unajua shida za Mkenya. Unajua zile shida. Sahi, if you are real true activist, kwa nini huku nini? Huku simama uka demonstrate ama tukakuona hapa ukicall out the government of Ruto that is kidnapping our kids, that is kidnapping our Gen Zs, that are speaking out kwa hii shinda ambazo tuko nazo Kenya. If you're true activist, why didn't I see you talking about this? Call out the Kasongo government sahi. Call out the Ruto government. Me, I am calling the Ruto government for oppressing a fellow Kenyan. Mbona sijakuona hapa kwa sababu unaogopa nini? Lakini unadhulumu Mkenya mwenzako ambaye hana hiyo dola 20 uko nayo. Call out the Ruto government. Nataka kukuona sahi ukimobilize watu. We need watoto wetu back. We need the Ruto government to stop kudhulumu Kenya mwenzetu. We need the economy of Kenya ipelekwe where it is. We need this inflation iishe. Lakini wewe unadhulumu Mkenya ambayo saa hii anashikwa na kasongo, anaenda kufinywa makende, anauawa. There are many people ambao wameuawa na the Ruto government. Call that out, ni kuamini. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Inject kabisa. Volume iko sawa, volume is okay. MP has spit nothing but facts. Hata sina cha kuongeza. I have nothing to add on that. Maybe Bazu uko na cha kusema? Bazu?
Hey, mimi kitu nasema injection imeenda direct to the source, na MP kitu amefanya poa sana ni ana inject without mentioning names, but we all know where it's going. MP, umespit facts, keep doing what you do, keep talking like this. Miss J engage na wewe MP, na nimeku appreciate sana hivyo watu wanafanya ni ujinga. I don't even have anything else to add. Watu wa kwetu conscious na wache ujinga, cause people are doing a lot of nonsense. Na ni out of TikTok wakidhani watu wanabishana. So keep doing it.
Hapo sasa. So guys, I think the rest of the guests, you have anything to add kabla ni kipindi changu cha kufunga sasa? I'm almost done with the live. I've been live for a while. Yeah, Psalm 109, taking advantage and threatening people back at home. Imagine, na wewe pia ulikuwa wewe ni Mkenya kama sisi. Saizo wewe mwenyewe si ati wewe ni msafi. Unajua ungekuwa msafi, it would have made sense. Me, I don't excuse whatever Kioi did to that girl, but the people wananini chesoni tukomboka. The people wanaingilia hiyo vita, they are making it worse, and it's like a personal vendetta to get back at one person, unajua. So I hope Frida getting involved with all these people wa maju itampea justice, because the way she's moving anaweza kosa hiyo justice anatafuta. So that's it. Watu wa maju pia mwache kuthreaten watu wako Kenya with mnatumia $2, mnakuja huku mnaonga polisi wakuja wa threaten watu. So na all of you wenye mnafanya hivyo si ati nyinyi wasafi. The other time Diana Rosa alisema atapeleka watu Lake Victoria. Watu mtapata mwili za watu Lake Victoria. And we might think it's a threat, and kidogo tutasikia mtu mmoja ameuawa hapa tu. So let's make this app an exciting place to be. Not for settling scores. It should be a place where we can have fun, talk about topics zenye zinatujenga, tukule umbea and all those things. Kuchambana, watu wachambana, wakimaliza kuchambana hakuna kupelekana polisi. Mmalizane hapa kwa streets of TikTok. So that's all I can say. And I think me, I'm done. Evake, you have anything? Yours, DDM, Rosena Mbaire, before I close the live. Merupriti, I think amemaliza. Bazu amesema lake.
I haven't got much to say. Hi Merupriti, how Bazu? Merupriti ametufunza vizuri na ameongea vizuri sana, na tutie ayo maneno maanani. Thank you.
Hapo sasa. So baby, the rest ni kama hawana la kusema. Guys, nitawaomba muanguke, mimi nifunge live nikalale ama bita.
Before uanguke, na kuna kitu umeongea maana sana. And I hope this goes out there, cause TikTok Kenya na ya wenye si tuko huku hatutumii TikTok for the betterment of people's lives. tunatumia TikTok na kuchambana, kufanya nonsense. Kuna live nilikuwa nikasikia, kuna mtu alisema TikTok ingine ukiingia, people are giving each other business ideas, how to crack the internet, how to do big stuff.
Yeah.
Sijui imekuwaje TikTok ya Kenya na sisi watu tuko diaspora imekuwa ikitumiwa kupigana, kufanya bullshit and nonsense. Juu, to be honest, if you look at it, by the end of the day, hakuna kitu constructive hiyo ongelelea huko. Mtu tu huenda kuangalia mahali wapi kuna chai, wapi kuna nini, which
Yes.
is really sad. It is really sad and unfortunate. Unaona
Yeah.
kama hii akili iko na Merupriti. If Merupriti hatutumii akili ya kuchambana Merupriti, sasa hiyo akili yake akuja tu nayo hapa atuambie vitu zenye ziko kwa akili yake ya kugrow, we could be far. But she is using all that
Absolutely.
energy kukuja kuongea hizo vitu, watu waache ujinga. I don't know when, but it should reach that level. Watu waache tu nonsense na ujinga. Yani tukae hapa, we can do so much stuff kwa hizi live, na tunaweza jijenga, tunaweza grow, kila mtu anaweza furahi rather
Yeah.
than tu kufocus na nonsense. That's my final word. Na nimefurahi nimepata hii live yako na nimepata Merupriti leo. Mimi msikia tu akitajwa, sijai engage, and her mind is brilliant. Let's use these brains for a bigger cause.
Yes.
Tujisaidie na tuinuke.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Edna. I beg to object kidogo. May I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just very quickly, I just want to let Bazo know that TikTok is a very vast platform and we choose to be on this side of TikTok. If at all you've perused TikTok, we have TikTok where we've got tarot readers, TikTok that talks about spirituality, tuko na TikTok ile inaongea about politics, tuko na TikTok, yani ya gamers. TikTok is a very vast platform. So depending on what you subscribe to, uko ndio unaenda. So at this present time, personally as Eva K, at this present moment, nimechoose kukua hapa hii TikTok ya China, politics and all this, nonsense that goes on here. But you can also go to TikTok, like you said, pali kuna sober minds and people are talking finances and stuff like that. So it's just where somebody chooses to go to.
Unasema you
Okay,
choose
I
somebody
appreciate.
like
I appreciate.
Basu. There's
Yeah.
somebody here we call Prof. Alituambia you choose your FYP. You make a conscious
Okay, so
decision
you
to
want to
choose your
tell me,
FYP.
Eva, and I'm humbly requesting for you to guide me there, because for me, I think the TikTok Kenyan page, that's what I'm referring to, and those people who are ranked highly about hii chai na nini, and I'm seeing a bigger potential than hizo chai na kuchambana.
And one of those Luo friends I did have a conversation with about what had happened, and it was very frustrating for both of us to speak about it.
Right.
Because we do know how we feel about what damage can be caused. And I also was aware for the fact that even if I had an opinion, whatever it is, good or bad, I am not in Kenya. Okay? So maybe I might agree, for example, with what maybe Atty said. But then Atty is a Luo. What damage does that cause to those people who are just following for the sake of following, and and they are now following on tribal lines? So I think also for us who are outside the country, we should be very careful with what we say, because the consequences are further away. We are going to be victims, but it's going to be a knock-on effect. We are not going to receive first-hand effects. It is our people who are going to be left fighting between themselves. Yet I'm still here hanging out with Atty, but I went out there and claimed to be a Kikuyu. Or maybe Atty went out there and claimed to be a Luo. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. It's just stupid.
we cannot live without coexisting. I don't care where anybody is from. If I relate with you, I relate with you because I am human before anything else. So it's quite frustrating what is going on. So yes, so it was at Madisafi.
I really like to think, surely I really appreciate if anybody can refer to me where that thing is. I need to listen to it myself, so I sort of understand from what angle, because that's a very interesting thing, even about tribalism. And guys, a lot of people that talk about tribalism, they're tribal themselves, right? They project. To me, as a person, I don't see a tribe, I see an individual, guys. And I don't know, it's because I was born in a diversity where we had our neighbor was a Kikuyu, the next is a Luya, the next is a Kao, and all that. I don't understand if that's the way I see things differently. Personally, I see people as individual. I do not see a tribe in people, right? You as a person, do we click? Do we relate? What is your character? I see people in people. Tribe is just a by the way. And nobody should come here and pretend they're not proud of their tribe. And if being proud of your tribe is being tribalistic, it's okay. We know there are people who are bigoted, They have opinions from stereotypes, things like, Jalua kwa hivi, Mkikuyu kwa hivi, because of their backgrounds and all that. But then
it's just stupid. I think wherever everybody is, we should think about the consequences. Kama uko Kenya, you have to live with whatever tribe is said to be bad. You have to interact. You have to coexist. You have to buy in their shop. You have to rent each other's houses.
Thank you, madam.
And even for us now, like if we start going on tribal lines,
let me ask you, a lot of people will talk about tribal
this
lines.
is a life that I enjoy coming into now. If we start talking about being Luo or being Kikuyu, it's threatening my comfort because I'm comfortable on your life. So we need to think about the relationships that we've built. Because we are human. Forget that my name is so-and-so and your name is so-and-so. That doesn't matter. How do we relate? I don't care where you're from.
Can someone tell me exactly where I can find that thing? Honestly, I need to listen to it because this is interesting. I swear I missed that.
Can I
kuna blogger yote alirekodi your conversation, guys. Can someone tell me where that thing is? I find it, please, because I need to understand from what point it was being spoken about, right? And you realize a lot of people wanaongea story ya tribalism, guys, na si kwa ubaya. Ukiangalia their background, wengi wana kwa ni mashamba wametoka ushambani, so wako na ile mental whatever. Sisemi kwa ubaya. Anybody that amegrow mtaani, amemix na watu, I swear to God, that is why it's easier for watu mtaani, unaone Mjaluo ameona na Mkamba, whatever, but mtu ushago inakuwa ni issue. So also we have to understand the environmental whatever, where they come from, right? There are people that will cry foul tribal when it does not suit them. Unasikia? Mtu kama Cindy, she had so much on tribe, and most of our gifters anasahau ni Wakikuyu, Waluya, Wakawari, whatever. So some people will talk about tribe when it does not suit them, so they run back to their tribal cocoons. Buru massive mse.
Can I also tell you what happened? So during that time, there was a lot of people who were frustrated. So I looked around and looked for a safe space, and I normally go and hang around Becoming's live, yeah. So she was live, and I was like, oh, thank God. So I went there. She was by herself. So she was like, oh, High Opinion, come up. So I went up. Within minutes, Diana came to that live. Now, Diana is involved with what was happening. So she commented, and I'm not, can I just give a disclaimer? Because I'm running away from this. I'm not going to be part of tribalism. So she came just to say hi to Becoming, who is our friend. She commented on the comment section, and then she came up. Now, don't forget, people now were into this fight, tribalism fight at that time. So people just started coming in. There was comments. Diana hadn't even said anything. Just the fact that now people could find where Diana was. So they started coming in. There was positive, there was negativity. So there was people following Diana to protect her, and there was people following Diana to attack her. So, and we were just there, and the way it happened, I had to unmute, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like...
But let me ask you one thing, sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
As a normal human being, why would anybody feel the need to protect an adult? Why do you feel the need to protect someone who can speak for themselves? Like, how need your MTIU to be following people on this app to protect them? I don't get it. Maybe you can elaborate, guys.
Hard mentality, minions, like trying to feed the people that should be told that they have low self-esteem. But on that thing, when we are talking about tribalism, Atty, I cannot really, like, this is something nonchalant we're talking about. The issue of tribalism has been brought over and over on this platform, and especially when people are trying to score, points on the other person or this hatred. Na mimi ati nitakuuliza hapa saa hii kwa your platform, when this particular individual really came at me claiming that I'm tribal, and because I said that you told that person that you should not be gifted because you're Luo. To be honest with you, and I've talked to you about this, it hurt me as an individual. Because Babu, you know very well, most of the people that I've supported, I've helped build schools in Luo land that I've never stepped. Mimi sijawai ingia Luo. By the way, nimekuja kuwa na marafiki from the western hapa TikTok kwa sababu mimi nikitoka Kenya nimekuwa hapa nimekuwa na West Africans like wazungu na nini, Wakikuyu, Wakisii, lakini sijakuwa, lakini nimekuwa nikisupport watu ambao most of the people ambao nimekuwa nao nimesupport kutoka wakati ninaingia kwa hii platform are people from Luo. Na sijawahi sikia like, oh, by the way, huyu ni wa kutoka. But then when it came that somebody was meddling this lie that Meru Priti said that people from Western should not be supported, it kind of, na hiyo kitu, huyo mtu alikuwa anaipeleka sana, anasema wewe ndio ulisema. What would you say about that, Atty?
Ebu repeat, Kioi. Sorry, I was on the phone. Sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry.
On the phone.
You said something about gifting or something.
No, kwa sababu wakati mimi na wewe tuli separate, there was this rumor that Meru Priti alisema Atty claimed that Wajaluo wasigiftiwe. Atty alisema tusigift Wajaluo, Atty kwa sababu ni Mjaluo, kwa sababu mimi ni tribal. And that was the narrative ya kusema ati mimi niko tribalistic na sipendi Wajaluo. Na unakumbuka kuna wakati ambapo this particular individual said sisi watu, by the way mimi ni Meru but I'm married to a Kikuyu. So wakati watu wanasema Wakikuyu wa Meru, I'm part of this. Kwa sababu nimezaa watoto wa Kikuyu because the dad is a Kikuyu. Unaona? So wakati nilisikia Wakikuyu wanakuanga wanalala na ng'ombe, wanalala na punda, ati wako kwa jela, and nobody really called out that. Hata watu wa West, they did not say anything. You guys, like, anyone kept quiet. I mean, I was like, really? My husband's region wanakuanga wanalala na ng'ombe na mbuzi, na mtoto wangu Kikuyu, kwa hivyo wanalala. Vitu kama hizo sijawahi sikia mtu wa kutoka our side akisema such vitu kama hizo and not be called out. Na huyo mtu ndiye anakuwa anaita watu wakiwaambia wao ni tribal. Like, really? Some of this is such double standard on this platform.
Meru Priti, that is why I said that people run to their tribes when it either suits them or it's comfortable for them, or they want support, or they are losing, so they want the numbers, so they make the tribal thing so that people that are mentally squeezed will follow that, narrative, okay? Because Mimi as a person first, as a Luo, honestly, I don't think any Luo, owe me anything, right? I think it's my persona, the person that I am, how I relate to people, how you relate to people, how the people that you hang around with, their tribe notwithstanding, if you ever need them in times of maybe chango or whatever, they'll show up for you, because you as a Meru and me as a mixed, whatever, me I have a lot of mixture, by the way, so it's the persona. Me as a person, I swear to God, I don't think, I don't really lean on the tribal thing, because I think it's a bit of running away. And then again, I don't have a problem people that are so fiercely identifying with who they are, because we all come from different backgrounds, different environments, right? There are people that grew up in a tight-knit community. They can, if you ask them, they can break it down to their sub-tribes, their clans, their whatever, right? So they are so huge on that. To them, it's a beautiful thing. They claim it, and that does not make me feel uncomfortable, right? But then there are people who think that because someone is proud of where they come from, They're being tribal. I think tribalism, we are all tribal to a level. We cannot come here and lie. Unasikia? Because in my own time, you know, I've spoken about other tribes with my tribes because I was comfortable. So anybody who has never spoken on a tribal angle should type down here so we see. Tribalism, we are all tribal. It just depends on how far is your tribalism. Are you tribal to a point when only it suits you, when you're running away, when you don't want to take responsibility? Because this Nyamlori thing, I don't understand why any tribal factor should have come in. Rule number one, people need to realize that Nyamlori died immediately after Otuoma. Okay, it was such a big death. Otuoma was a celebrity. Otuoma is also a Luo. You know, people gave out so much. There was a lot of traction in his death. And we cannot compare the two deaths. Hatuwezi compare death ya mtu kama Otuoma na Achira na mtu kama Nyamlori. Those two were more known. Okay, the attraction was high. They were kind of famous, if you like. They were popular people. So definitely out of empathy, because people give from a point of empathy. Oh, nilikuwa namjua, nilikuwa nampenda, nilikuwa na, you know, this was a celebrity. Nyamlori was just someone that just came on TikTok. He wasn't like a vocal person. He wasn't well known on the street. So we do not expect him to have gotten as much traction as the others got. And besides, one thing we need to realize that people give who they want to give to. Giving should be from the heart. There is no obligation whatsoever. That is why you'll come here unipatie hat me ama kuze kuni give to ende mahali pia ni lion, okay? Because people give where they feel they want to give. Was Nyamlori buried, by the way? I guess he was, Muli, I guess so. Guys, comment section, Nyamlori shakwa buried. So we need to first get away from this mind of entitlement. Unasikia? Entitlement is what is really, really bringing us here. Because should I die here today, nobody on TikTok owes me anything. You're not my relatives, you're just acquaintances. So anybody that is coming to support will come to support from a point, oh, mimi niko napenda Atty, I want to support, but there's no obligations whatsoever. So when we start talking about, it's like a family, ni kama it's a family WhatsApp group. Tumekuja pamoja na familia, kina uncle, ile family, whatever, their own supporters, you know. So
but we also need to remember, like, let's say for example, we have siblings, na kuna ule sibling mchokozi. I'm not gonna go fight for my mchokozi sibling because he's my brother. Yeye ni mchokozi, wacha aende apigwe.
Yes.
Na pia people should understand that when people decide to support people who are well known, when they have such matanga zikikuja and everything, people should always keep in mind this is being done on the grounds of philanthropy, grace, and favor. It's not a mandate or a right, but it's just a circumstantial decision people come together to do. But these people's family, they still have a responsibility to make sure the remains of their loved ones zimekuwa executed. You know, and then as much as like the death you've given us, there are three famous people on different threshold, and people will come out differently. Let's say today, if something gets Atty, it's gonna be different on how people will treat Atty and Meru Pretty, and this is just a natural phenomenon how human beings do, you know. So, and people should try to understand what's the minimum funeral expenses over king and burial. People are just making it to be a kind of an ambiguous event that has to take all the cost and make.
No, let me tell you what is happening. Let me tell you. Let me cut it short to you. First, people need to realize that Nyamlori had been sick for a long time. There are people that actually supported him in his time when he was alive. There are people that prefer people that when they're alive rather than dead, yeah? And then the other people that now want to come and flex with dead people, right? There are people that relish and enjoy. And Easy Flexes Zote is trying to prove who is better than the other na mambo ya fundraising. Unaona? That is where a lot of people come and get that kick to prove themselves how much they are popular. Popularity, amechanga pesa ngapi, I was there, tulichanga pesa fulani, okay? A lot of people are doing it to wajulikana onekane, not that they feel anything for this person. Because guys, Mimi, if I ever come here, if I need help, if I'm alive, if you did not give a fuck when I was alive, don't give a fuck when I'm dead. Because I'm dead, I don't even care, right? This person, people are now fighting for him. When he was dead, the same people, when he was alive, when he was coming here for support, I never had any of most of those people say anything. But because he's dead now, he's relevant, okay? We're gonna use him, right? We need to elevate. We are fighting our battles, right? You want to prove who are we? Who am I? Empty people that have nothing to give, that have never achieved anything outside TikTok. Thank God to TikTok, they can now get a little bit of fame and validation because that's all there is. So why would even people fight over mtu alichangiwa pesa ngapi? Because kuchanga is from the heart. Kuchanga is from the heart. When people are giving, it's not a right. It's not a privilege. It is a favor. So the fact that people even sit down to come kwanza kuulizana mambo ya mtango, nani ya kukuja na kuchangiwa, it's a pure shame. And it tells you where people's minds are coming from. And it's for that reason. Mimi, I don't always even want to find myself in a place mchango maiti. I don't give a fuck about a dead person. I don't care about dead people.
It's also very petty, Atty, because unazenda uchange uko, but maybe you don't know, I'm supporting a children's home, and maybe this time there was something that was a bigger cause.
I was not able to come through.
Yeah, so I have to do something somewhere else, and maybe it was a big thing I did. I don't have to come and explain to you. You help where you help. Let me help where I help. Nobody owes anybody anything.
And when people do these things, do them from your heart. Don't do them because you think someone else needs to do them. Jitole kwa roho yao, tenda wema nenda zako. Don't go again to make it like a content, discuss it, mchambe, mfanye nini. That is proper bullshit.
But actually, in addition, remember they say there's a narrative on TikTok that goes, those lead people or persons who do michangos is a kind of a cartel. You're gonna give them attention. So if you know very well you need support to raise money for certain person like Namlori, you're there alone. Kama kweli inakwanga cartel behind the curtains as much as you ask people to give out their money. Tell them what you guys usually do so that these other people can come and help you take your shares if you weren't the way you usually do and leave some for the families. But if you don't want to make it clear, people will obviously not come together because in TikTok is a kind of a leadership place where leaders have their own followers. You know, if I'm going to give you my followers to extend their olive hand towards you, then wambie vile tunafanyanga. So I think that a mashup where people hawakuelewana vile wanafanyanga hizi vitu zao as it is being a narrative on TikTok for long. You know?
But let me tell you something about, you said, wacha nikwambie, when Nyamroli was alive, is it platform ambao wana call out ate watu wako kuja kuchanga. Mimi I remember, I don't, maybe sina hiyo recording. Nani anaitwa nani huyu msichana apie Wanyako, anaitwa nani huyu msichana ameenda Dubai, what is her name? Nimesahau. Chinedu contributed almost 500,000. Huyu msichana did a fundraising ya huyu Nyamroli. That girl deserves all the praises. Chinedu alikuwa anacontributia events, anacontributia Nyamroli, anaita watu. Guess what? Unajua watu walikuwa napiga huyu nani Chinedu akisema Chinedu aonyeshe kule amepeleka pesa. I remember hiyo usiku Chinedu aliambiwa ate sijui amekula pesa, sijui pesa nini, and I'm like Kenyans, kila kitu ni mtu ate amekula pesa. Huyu msichana alipelekwa mbio ati akaleta accountability. Watu wale wanakuanga sijui kwa timu sijui gani, wale wako kule wakisema sijui ati ndio walienda kuchangia. Hiyo walikuwa wanapeleka Chinedu mbio, akaambiwa sijui kuna 97,000 akuwe accountable sijui nini. This Chinedu was always there akichangia Nyamroli. That Chinedu did a great thing. And nyinyi mlikuwa mnaambiwa maneno ya Nyamroli. Kama Nyamroli saa hii, mbona mko mnajitokezea? Ati kwa sababu ati mtu fulani ndiye alikuja akachangia Nyamroli. Let me tell you something. Kwangu mimi kama mimi Erupts, I don't changa because of tribe or whatever. Mimi hata vitu kama za huyu Chira, I did not give much money ambayo niligive kwa Rachel na hata kwa huyu Nyamroli. Mimi sikuwa TikTok, lakini one of my friend alinipigia akaniambia, unajua Nyamroli amenini, nilitumia mali safi pesa I sent money ya Nyamroli nikiwa hata sikui TikTok. Kwa hivyo mwezi kucha mkisema ati watu waja support, ati watu wa mlima sijui watu wa gani, is not about the range or kule watu wanatoka. Wakati niko nayo nitatoa, wakati sina sitatoa. Maybe wakati wa Nyamroli nilikuwa nimetoa enough na sikuwa nayo. Lakini msisahau Nyamroli has been sick for a long time, and I give credit to Chinedu. Chinedu tried. This girl contributed so much, akapigwa vita na Nyamroli mkasema sijui alete. Wakati, let me tell you something. It's not always wakati mtu anasema ako mgonjwa, especially cancer. Mtu anasema ako na cancer, mnasema leteni mabarua, sijui watu wanadanganya, sijui nini. Si kila watu wanakuanga wanadanganyana hapa. Let me tell you something, nani Atty, nakwambia kuna wakati one of my friends, mimi sijawahi kuwa na msiba, sijawahi kuwa na ambapo ninataka usaidizi. A very good friend of mine ambayo mamake amelea watoto wangu alikuwa na a very bad illness, but he passed. Mimi, the people I supported, and I'll always say that, Atty, I'm not ashamed. I approach those people to help me kwa hii platform. Nisaidie. Kwa ile team ilikuwa 333 hiyo time wakati nilikuwa, walikuja wakatuma watu. Ati milionea pia anaulizanga usaidizi. Walikuja wakatype hapo. Wakatype milionea pia wewe unaulizanga usaidizi. You know, your time walikuwa na chuki na timu zingine, hizi ma teams mnakuanga nazo hapa. Wanaitasha usaidizi, unalia hapo. Kwani unataka atuchangi sijui nini? I blocked. Mimi nilitukanwa hapo. Na even the people that I helped did not come through for me. Waliniambia, guess what niliambiwa? We are not helping individuals na tutakusaidia. Within few months, watu ambao wako wana support watu ndio walikuwa wanachangiwa sijui pesa wasaidie marafiki zao. Kwa hii TikTok huwezi jua yule atakusaidia. I'm telling you. Hata yule mtu ambaye anakuanga ananiongelea vibaya sana hapa, huyo mtu Mr. Yengi watu alikuwa wa mbele kusema tutasaidia Meru Pretty. Sijui kama alikuwa anasema atanisaidia kwa sababu hiyo time tulikuwa marafiki ama hatukuwa, lakini kwa sababu rafiki yangu alikuwa Kenya na mgonjwa na itishwa hizi, mimi nasema I just need help. Bill ya hospitali is high. Alikuwa na ugonjwa, nikatukanwa, nikaambiwa millionaire unauliza usaidizi. Anga nini? Just because I give ama napatiana does not mean hata mimi siwezi taka usaidizi. And I remember I think Atty ulikuwa unajua hiyo kitu kwa sababu mko mniambia kuja tutakusaidia, lakini ile matusi nilipata. Alafu kule nilikuwa nafikiria nitasaidiwa. Niliambiwa huku hatusaidiangi individual, hatutakusaidia. Beba patipati zako uende ukiedanga. Ndio nilifungua macho.
Yeah, I remember that time Meru Pretty walisema hapa sio individual, hapa tunasaidia kama ni kuisha watu kwa group, sio individuals.
Mimi I don't fear anyone. Nimesaidia watu wengi sana hapa, and I'm not saying ndio mnisaidie, lakini mimi niliambiwa atusaidii mtu na saisi saidii watu atusaidia. Nikasema nikafungua jicho la kumanina, nikasema Meru Pretty, nilijishika sikio nikasema Meru Pretty, nilijiita mara 10. Meru Pretty, umeona Meru Pretty, Momero, umeona, umejiona Meru Pretty, nilijikunya kama kumanina. Niliambiwa atusaidii, lakini after a month akichangiwa million angakichangiwa sijui mamake anga babake alikuwa anatapika mavi, alichangiwa. Mimi niliambiwa atusaidiani, nikasema
Lakini Meru Pretty, hebu kwanza nisalimiane, hata sijasalimiana. Mko aje? Hati mambo vipi? Abungu opinion Meru Pretty, mko aje?
Salama sana, karibu.
Asante, niko fiti. So like kuna vile hii TikTok kuna wale wenye wanajiona kwamba wao ndio wanahitaji usaidizi, others they don't need any help, vitu kama hizo. Na hii platform kuna vile mtu anajua kwamba maybe naweza sema Atty ni mtu wangu. Yani mimi whatever happens, Atty is there to help me. Like mimi tu ndio nahitaji usaidizi kwa hii platform and the Atty is always there. Lakini when it comes like maybe it's a one time thing, Atty needs help, mimi sipo pale. Yani sioni kama Atty anayesataka any help. Mimi nataka Atty anisaidie, lakini Atty akisema anataka usaidizi maybe it's a one time thing, hapo ndio tunapiga mstari kwamba no, it's not happening. And at the same time, kuna vile unaweza saidia mtu, wakati unasaidia mtu wewe ni sobu, lakini ikifika mara fulani mkikosana kidogo, hapo sasa ndio utasikia vile unaanza kusemwa wewe ni maskini, hauna kitu. Erupts alisaidia Lady J hapa hata kujenga mashule nini, lakini kukosana kidogo, sasa Lady J anapita akisema Erupts hana kitu, ni maskini.
Like me I learned
vile umesema, wacha kwa sababu sitarudi hapa, wacha niseme tena. Huyo Lady J wakati Kioi alikuja akamdhalilisha sijui vile kwa platform yangu
na ile picha ya kapaka.
Ile mimi ndiye alitusi, mimi ndiye alionelea, mimi ndiye alitumia message akiniambia don't you contact me, I block you. Mimi sikusikiza hizo message alituma. Mimi sikusikiza. I'm not gonna tell you. Lakini mama, she thinks I'm a weak person that she can punch on me kwa sababu mbona sahi Peter namuonanga wakiwa the same platform. Mara ngapi amekuwa akidhalilishwa, kama Mwetile siku alimuita sijui nini ukienda kwa FYP. Si wanakuanga pamoja because Erupts ndiye rag ya kunini. Never again. I have known
a lot of times, you know,
mimi akikuja kwa watu mimi Peter is not the first time amekuwa akimnini. Kuna wakati hata mimi nilimpigia nikamwambia what, kwa nini wanasema wako na your nakedness wakati walienda na Sandra? You remember kuna wakati walienda na Sandra wakamwambia tuko na kitu yako. Kiniambia Mia was ashamed, nikamwambia why are you entertaining this? Lakini wakakuwa pamoja. Mimi I never said anything, lakini mtu alikuja kwa platform yangu akamwambia wewe sijui nini. Then she brought it on me. That means she does not value me as a friend. She is using, like mimi mwenyewe ananitumia. Those times za kunini na wanawake. Anyway, kama nimekusaidia kujenga shule whatever, hata wewe lazima utasaidia kujenga kwetu Meru. Lakini utanitumia kuscore your differences. Mara ngapi hata Muli yako hapa, Muli ako hapa. Mara ngapi amemtusi huyo Lady J, amemwambia sijui maneno za shule. Sie ndiye sasa judge.
I love another thing, unajua wewe alikuwa anatumia I remember, unaona when Lady J
huyo Lady J na amefungua live bag yake. That's the thing. That's what it is.
Akifungua platform, Lady J akifungua platform, watu wanatusiwa pale mpaka marafiki zake. Yeye ako pale kwanza, yeye ndiye anachekesha hiyo kitu ya kucheka, unaona? Lakini sasa wewe, you know, your platform, I was there that day, wakati hata Raf Muli was there, Peter Kioi akamkanyaga, sisi tukanyamaza. Now instead of blaming Peter Kioi, she was blaming you, eti wewe ndio umepeana platform, Peter Kioi anamkanyaga. Sasa wewe kama unajua vita ilikuwa ya
we were fighting to elevate the woman, the girl child, right? It did not mean that the boy child was any lesser or did not have a voice or did not, you know, was worth being degraded or demeaned or not to be stood for, okay? So personally, I've always stood for humanity, gender notwithstanding. I see you as a person, your character defines you. To me, your gender does not define you. Right? So we cannot beat down someone and let it slide because they are this gender. But then again, if my own gender is not doing it right, I should not just sit here because she's my gender and then let it slide. I think that is a lie to myself. Hi, darling opinion, baby girl. Kohanatia, wanyuba, horoaku. Yeah, sorry, I nilikukat short.
Oh, no, Atty. I love listening to you speak wisdom, as I said.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So what I was saying is, in as much as Peter Kioi is this horrible man that abuses women or whatever, the person that was calling him out is not any better. Unaona? Because two wrongs don't don't make a right? Because the same person that is standing for women, saying they stand for women, is the same person that will come and trash and bully and kill and whatever women out here, okay? So we need to be in a space as human beings. There are people that are in spaces. From experience, we see things that are happening here. Okay, and TikTok mainly is about personal interest. Ni nani anachambwa Merupriti, spendi Merupriti, I have to go there nifanye nini niongeze maneno, right? Even when I should say no, guys, hapo mnapita mpaka. Let's not include their husbands, let's not include their children. And me as Atty, I want to be that person that if I know I cannot talk because I'll go against the number, I'll just remove myself from that space. How many of us does that? How many of us have sat in spaces where things that are said should have not been said? You should have stopped them. Should have said, listen, Bungu, I know you have a difference with Merupriti, but please, can we not involve the husband? Can we not involve the children, right? We've at least stood for something that we felt was wrong. How many have? We justify when it does not suit us. So that does not make us any better. Just because you sat there, you're muted, you know, you are an enabler because you have the chance, you have the opportunity, you're in the space to call this thing out, okay? TikTok, a lot of people fall into bandwagons. A lot of you people have hatred for people you barely know because of the things you heard, because someone is trying to push a narrative to please themselves. Their ego was bruised. They had to come back harder. And I've learned that myself, guys. And I said to myself, I said and I keep saying to myself, guys, you know the last time Sakena alinicharaza, a lot of people involved Nambia wananipatia information juu yake, or they knew her from Facebook, nini. I said, you know what? I said to myself, I said, Atty, be the big, better person. Is it worth it? What do you get from it? Because you need to understand that sometimes people do these things because they want that power, elevation, ego. Gordon Thomas, darling, thanks. Nice to see you. So what I'm saying is that I've been there myself, you know, and I know what I'm coming from, what I'm talking from. Okay. All this noise that we make out here, we don't make them because we're strong. We make them because we are weak. Real strong people don't have to go to a certain level. Guys, if you ever in your life or in your space feel the need to be abusive, especially to people that are not even present, you know you are the one with the problem, not the one unacharaza. Unaona? It's not the one unacharaza. It's you as a person. Because imagine if someone can trigger you to the point that unaweza kutafuta na mama ya mtu, kumama mtu sijui ang'oa and all that. Like, really? It's you that needs working on. Because we give people power. I mean, if you come here today and say how homeless I am, surely, how does it change my situation? Does it take me from being homeless to giving me a home? And if I come here to respond to you, it's me battling with my own insecurity. And you as a comment section, if you are there pushing this narrative, you are as empty as me, or agreeing to my stupidity, something unaona very well. Unashindwa kwa nini Atty anatukana watoto wa Merupriti? That is not right. But I know ukisema hapa kwa comment section unajua utakuwa blocked ama muted. Unaona? Do you know? You don't have to say anything. Don't comment. Because you know it's not right. Yes, you like me as a person, but what I'm saying is not good. But what happens on this app? We agree to fit in. And I want to challenge you today as a person, as a TikToker, right? You can be the change, because we keep saying how toxic this place is, but we make it toxic because either we are not comfortable enough to speak because we are securing our peace. We want to be peaceful. Mr. Kucharazwa. And there are people, most of the time before mtu aongea, nasema, hey, kesho nikicharazwa, you know, you are already insecure. Don't talk if you know you're insecure. Just shut the fuck up. So I'm going to challenge you, all of you, anybody that has felt that this place is toxic, I throw it back at you. What do you do as a person? Are you an enabler? Do you enable this toxicity and then still come and complain about it when it doesn't suit you? Because as a person, today I sit here condemning every abuse meted on any woman on this space. And as a person, I take responsibility. If at any given time I've been part of that, I do apologize to myself first for letting myself down. Apologize to people who probably look up to me. Apologize to people that I owe better to. Apologize to the words that I say that I should be part and example of it. I apologize to myself. I apologize every day because every day I strive to be better. You know, every day I strive to realize that this life, I only live it for me. I realize that my voice, my opinions, I can only be in charge, in control, the places, the people, the things I say. I don't want to come and start complaining this place is toxic. Because we choose these places we go to. Saizi tunaongea. Msikie mahali mtu anacharazwa, so anatukana nani. Everybody's going to run and go there. And then you, the same person, is still here complaining about toxicity while you enable it. There are a lot of platforms on this app that people are having amazing things. People are talking beautiful things. But uko amwenagi kugift, hata kugift uko amwezi gift, hata kutap amwezi tap. Lakini nikwambia guys, tap to 20,000, tap to nataka kucharaza muli. Watu watatap, hata mtu alikuwa anapika ugali atawacha mwiko anza kupika ugali. So my friend, you are part of the problem. Thank you. And a lot of you do not take responsibility because you are in denial. You are in denial. So we cannot be the change we keep talking about. And you know what? Maybe you'll never hear me say this TikTok make what toxic, because to me, TikTok is not toxic at all. Because to me, I choose where, when, whom to respond, to listen to stay with. I choose because I know I have that power. Okay? But you that always want to be the victim, you complain. Unawasikia wakiongea vile, hey, TikTok imekuwa toxic. What are you doing about it as a person? You have a choice of moving from the toxic place to a better place. But you don't want that. So it starts from us. And all these monsters, we are the ones building them. You are the people that when tutakiwa na tukana wanawake hapo kwa comment section, you don't stop him. You don't tell him wrong. You are there. Supporting his narrative. So why then do you complain? Why do you say this place is toxic when you're part of toxicity? Hi, opinion, my darling.
Hi, Atty, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Have you been?
I'm good. I've kind of struggled with TikTok, and I'm happy that you're talking about what you're talking about.
Why and where? What exactly did you struggle with them?
I did struggle with, I went to spaces and I couldn't last 2 minutes.
Right.
And I did ask myself, what can I do to change it?
Right.
And I felt like my voice is not loud enough.
Right.
So I went to spaces where I felt that they were more productive.
Right.
So I do agree with you by saying that people are just following for the sake of following.
Yeah.
There's something very serious that happened today. I didn't follow it up to know exactly whose fault it is.
Yeah.
And I don't care to find out.
Yeah.
But I got in, I did sleep in the afternoon, and I got in and I found there was now this argument of tribalism.
Wow, I missed that.
Yes, it was happening.
Wow, where? Whose platform?
I think it happened at Malisafi.
Really?
People can put it on.
Someone tell me where it is.
section.
Any blogger that has it, please tell me so niskie.
So now, I asked myself, first of all, we are all proud of who we are because that's all we know.
Absolutely. And anybody that runs away from themselves, that is a liar. That is a pretender. Rule number one, you got to love who you are, where you come from, where you affiliate with. So I'm so fucking proud to be a Teso that is partly Kamba, that is partly Nandi, that is partly Meru, that is partly Gagoyo. Thank you.
So it was very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable to be part of. And I also like
someone tell me where that thing is. I need to listen to
kwanza
that.
Nimalize.
Inaumwa.
Ngoja kwanza nimalize before we get into it. So with everything we have to ask ourselves what part we play. So I refused to be in those spaces.
Right.
But then I asked myself, as a Kikuyu, how have I been hanging around on TikTok? And I also recognized something that I had not recognized before. So since being on TikTok, the people that I have, I'm not saying they're any special or any better. And I'm not calling myself a very good person. But for some reason, I don't know why, most of the friends that I've made, some that I hang around with, and some that we have friendships out of TikTok, for some reason, most of my TikTok friends are Luos.
Now why was she blaming you? It is also because ilikuwa kwa platform yako. Now she was blaming you. Na yeye
never valued me as a friend.
Most of the time when
I was just a mannequin. I was just somebody to help her or give her, and I understand that. Sasa nimejikuna sikio hiyo ingine. Mimi nilikuwa tu wa kutumiwa kwa sababu alikuwa tu wa kunitumiwa kwa sababu mimi si kumtusi. Yeye ndiye alisema, Merupriti has done nini. Merupriti, mara ngapi hao watu wote hao wanaume wote wamemkosea? Peter Kioi mara ngapi amemkosea huyu mama heshima? Zidadi hapa mara ngapi amemcharaza? Na nawaonanga pamoja wakisema the senior counsel of the court, you're the lady, senior counsel, a friend of the court, come here.
Peter Kioi amemukanyaga mara mingi.
Ile siku alimwambia
na leo kwa platform yake yeye ndiye alikuwa mstari wa mbele kumchangia atoke kwa jela. Peter Kioi amepiga mwanamke mwingine, yeye ndiye alikuwa mstari wa mbele kumchangia atoke kwa jela.
Na Mweti ile siku alimkanyanga, sijui hata nilisikia aibu, hata I commented, I was like, Mweti please respect vile alimwambia, sijui ati nitakudinya nini anga nini. But now you see, Mweti is a friend of the court. Mweti brings attraction. You understand the way this platform works. But Merupriti is such a vile person, and she destroys me, and she don't understand. And then you matakwe, I beg. We musinitumie mimi, I'm not weak. Naweza kuwa siongei kama nyinyi, but mimi sio weak. I'm not. Na nilisoma. Ati I've blocked and don't contact me anymore. I beg. Kwani mnanipatianga nini hapa? Jesus Christ. Huyu muli hebu ongea. Mara ngapi umecharaza huyo queen wako? Ati mimi ndio anawekelea ati you've let Peter Kioi, lakini Peter Kioi yako kwa hiyo platform. Mbona hakublock Peter Kioi? Peter Kioi ndio alimwambia alikojolea mapaka. Mimi na
vita ilikuwa yake na Peter Kioi. Now she
thank you Kasongo. Mimi niliingia wapi?
Ilikuwa mimi na wewe na Peter Kioi na Muli was there.
Kwa sababu ni kumaanisha alikuwa ameniwekea, alikuwa anatafuta. Unaona yule rafiki ujui ni mnafik, amekuweka maybe akunyonye damu, ni kama kupe, ni kama kunguni. Yani unajua kunguni by the way akikunyonya damu, by the way kunguni, kama uko na kunguni kwa nyumba yako, akunyonye damu, huyo kunguni atakuwa alive for 1 year. Kwa hivyo ni kama kunguni ukimpatia 1,000 maybe shillings, atanyonya damu yako for you type za hao watu. Kunguni anakunyonya damu, anakaa alive for 1 year. Kwa hivyo
do you remember that day? Sasa there was a time ulikuwa sobu, lakini since that day sasa akaanza kupita.
Alisema sina kitu.
Wewe ni maskini, hauna kakitu.
Alinitumia message akaniambia sijui mimi sikusikiza hizo kwa sababu nilikuwa nimemblock kitambo. Mimi sitaki. Lakini hawa wanaume she's a woman akitusiwa na hawa because Merupriti maybe aleti viewers na nini. I mean, Mweti alimwambia atamdinya. Who should you be blocking? Mimi sikumwambia kitu. Huyo Kioi ndiye alimtusi. Lakini
yeye kwa platform Kioi yeye ndiye alikuja na hizo mapicha mpaka ukaambia Kioi hiyo ya packet hii nayo umedanganya, acha kudanganya.
Lakini mimi ndio nilikuwa.
Sasa wewe all the blames kaenda kwako.
Thank you Kasongo. Thank you. Nimemute kwa sababu saa hii
Muli ongea hapa sio kotini.
potea saa hii hata mkinichanga
Muli hapa sio kotini unatunyamasia, hebu ongea.
ate judge nani judge manye hebu judge ongea hapa si kotini.
First and foremost, I want to thank God because of elevating me from a news anchor to
You are judge.
chief judge in the High Court of TikTok East Africa. I'm disciplined. I've learned to listen, but I want to understand this. Where are we all coming from? Because these things that is last year. Can we move forward? Tukirudia mambo za kitambo nini, it won't help because kama ni mtu amekosea kama jana last month,
lakini
unaweza let, lakini
umeongea vizuri mambo ya last year tuachane nayo, lakini hiyo ya Frida kupiwa jana ama juzi nayo ni ya kitambo, hiyo yenye mnataka kufagia kwenda chini ya kitanda.
Topic ilikuwa ni ile mandhari yamekuwa jinsi watu wanavyokuwa karibu nawe. You're gonna work with them, you're gonna support them, but there is no transaction of a social relationship. And we know in everything is a kind of a social emotional bank that has to be reciprocal. On my side, if I'm gonna give you my dollar, do you receive? Do I deserve your £1 or €1? You know, even just listening to your fellow person when an attack is out there, just calling out people when they do things wrong, whether they're closer to you or not. Do we do that? If we fail to do that and just being circumstantial because of viewers, because of coins, because of celebrity, it doesn't make sense. You know, that is the direction people are trying to talk about, and every action is always put in history. Hata Mungu mwenyewe anasema matendo yako yote ambayo yale umeyafanya atayaweka katika kumbukumbu, na kuna siku atarudi kuangalia yale mambo uliyafanya. Akishaangalia vizuri, akikagua, anaweza akakubariki au akakulaani. If God does that, who are we not to? Unapata?
Nimepata vizuri. Nilikuwa nakula corns and peas as a judge who has been very busy, and again, kama kuna vitu ambazo sijui kuingilia sijui. I've learned my best. Mimi nishawahi kununuliwa corona, nishawahi kupelekwa kwa restaurant. I even regretted kwa nini nilipata hiyo pesa, but again, did I die? Nimechambwa. Imagine a whole 58 years old man akiambiwa ninakulisha. I did not die. I say yes. In fact, umefanya vizuri mpaka umenifikisha 50 years old ukinilisha. So there's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with what happened. Friends come and go. Watu wanakosana, wanapatana. The other day I was fighting with the host. Today, tukochana na pete. Ukibeba vitu emotionally, ama ubebe kwa roho yako, ndio mwenyewe unaumia. Forgive, forget, and let it go. And that's the nature of God. That's how God teaches us to do things. Ukibeba sana, but I understand where you're coming from, Merupriti, my learned junior senior counsel. Learned junior counsel, because hujapata kibali kutoka koti. If you will understand this, hakuna mtu yote ambaye uje kusana yeye. Si ati ni leje peke yake. Hata ati umekusana yeye pia umekusana nini? Umekusana watu wengine tofauti. You found that place ukasema nitakuwa najiumiza na konda kwa sababu ya kitu fulani. Move on. Let bygones go. Start another thing, but know your limits. Kama kwa sasa hizi nikitaka naweza kuwa nakufa na njaa sasa hizi na ujui, but God forbid. Lakini nikikuomba pesa naweza kuomba tu kwa umati wa watu, sitakuja private. Manake hata nikifanya private utakuja unianike. Is an example, but nimejua limit yangu na wewe umejua limit yako, unanipata? So that's what we are advocating. Now for this case ya Peter Kioi, I'll be very honest. if anybody else would have arrested Peter Kioi, someone who was clean than even that Peter Kioi, hakuna mtu hata angemshughulika. Peter Kioi angetafuta njia zake. But this person mwenye she's very dirty, anatukana mama za watu. Today alikuwa amekasirika, ukiandika comment section akutukania mama yako, akutukania baba yako. The same person mwenye anapeleka kule. So two evils. So who is better? Now I want to leave you with this say before I mute. Kuna wimbo nilitunga kitambo na sijui kama ishawekwa kwa YouTube. Nasema mwanamke tasa na mchawi, hebu angalieni vizuri yupi ambaye ako afadhali. It goes like this. Kibeti ngungu na muoi mendu kwa sisi onda basie ulawi kabala. If you understand, you understand. Thank you very much.
Food for thought, Ala.
Hiyo wewe huwezi translate na Kiswahili, wale watu wajui Kikamba.
Alisema mwanamke tasa na mchawi yupi mzuri?
Libya means nimeze chakula na kula hapa.
We. Mambo madhipo.
Okay. Can I take it? 1,
Yeah, sure.
2, 3, go. Mwanamke tasa na mchawi ni marafiki. Hebu angalia, uniambie, yule ni afadhali. Mwanamke tasa na mchawi ni mabeshte. Hebu angalia, uniambie, yupi ni afadhali. Koma we. What do I mean by this? Huyu ni mchawi wa kuangamiza watu. Huyu naye ni tasa ambaye hana hisia za mtoto. Tunajua wachawi wananyemeleaga watoto, wanaroga, wanakufa, wanawapotezea maisha. Ni wimbo tu, lakini uko na maana yake. I did not attack any barren ama mchawi, kwa sababu hapa ndani kuna wachawi wengi sana. So I'm trying to compare these two things. Mimi na wewe sote si wakamilifu. But if we're gonna be acting on emotions, on everything, dwelling on the past, I'm telling you, dunia endi hivyo. Na mimi toko nishanuke. Nilikoma. Koma mwana kukoma mie. Nipe makofi.
Kuwa judge, eh?
But Nani Muli, having said that, one thing again we have to realize is that everybody has their own time to heal. Unaona, some people take shorter, some people take longer. So of course, maybe eventually, but I acknowledge what you're saying that on this app, sometimes emotions, but then again, it depends on how deep it goes. Unaelewa? So I totally understand where she's coming from.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Hi, my darling Mama Sita.
Hi,
That's what.
Hi, Atty.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Atty.
Hi, Mama Sita.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome.
Dearest USA.
Muli.
Ralph, vipi hali yako mzima?
Wale nashukuru. Shikamoo.
From experience, Muli, you have been on this feast longer. Maybe wewe ushajua when to stop and when to whatever. You know how to deal with emotions. People are different and everybody's coming from a different place. So, not to downplay any other person's feelings. Some people, kuna mtu naweza kosana, and they'll still talk about this thing 5 years later or 3 years later or 2 weeks later and all that. So, I totally get where you're coming from. But then again,
which is very okay.
Yeah.
I like people who heal with their time.
Exactly, not to be rushed or not to.
No.
Yeah.
And I like people. There are people when you akiongea things over and over again, hiyo kitu inamtoka. I respect that a lot.
Exactly, and even talking is therapy. So the more people talk, in fact, what I nikwambie Muliki, if time where someone can talk about something in public, it means they are actually embraced it, they are healing. It's a healing process.
Atty, kuna mtu anataka kuniharibu roho hapa na mimi ni boss. DJ Sparks.
Amefanya nini?
Ninaona anaandika tu comments tungine hapo ambapo hatufai. So DJ Sparks, let me block you so that you can go and rant mali pengine. You know, I don't like short dwarfed men who are so scared with the other people. You don't have a voice. Anywhere you go, you poke. Tulikuwa pale kwa live flani. We were just having fun. Kwa haneto nani Chocolate City. Man, mimi kishatoka huko, nimetoka bro. Hapa tunadiscuss vitu tofauti. You're talking to a judge. You wonder why people give relevance to this rap, bro.
Muli, can I ask you something?
Yes.
You know this thing of being a judge, does it get to your head? Does it make you feel some sort of a way?
Yo, it gets a lot, just like you do in your position, darling. Thank you.
Okay, noted.
Yes.
Okay, I was just curious because I realized this position gives people some kind of...
Oh yes, gives me a lot of attraction. I love it.
Right. Okay.
Just like you thrive in opposition leadership. Thank you.
I know you had to use me an example. Okay.
Yes.
Ralph.
Yes, ma'am.
Lakini unajua nini yenyu na imeanza beef imeanza kitambo, so maybe malize hiyo beef.
No. I can handle this guy, no problem. I can handle him. So yes, nilikuwa najibu swali la Merupriti. Alafu again, Merupriti wako na long history na Lady J. Tutakuja hapa, huyu sijui alifanya hivi, tomorrow utawapata pamoja jamani. Ni kama mimi na Atty tunavurugana sasa hivi, kesho utatupata ama utapata na mtu mwingine. Unaelewa? So tukiingilia hapa katikati, I learned my thing. Kuingilia vita za watu wawili ambao wanajuana. Man, unachogwa pale katikati. Now, you always wanna be ukue wewe ndio todhi? No. So, Merupriti ill kwa nini yako. At your own time, rant the way you want. Let it ongea ikutoke. Maybe that's how you ill. Maybe that's how you thought. That's how you think. It is. I got nothing ni kustop ama ni kuambia nini. It's your time. Sawa. Nilitisha tu namba yako, ulifunguka hapa kote. Nilitisha namba yako nini?
Oh, that's beautiful. So it means Merupriti, you touch somewhere, you know. You always know when people...
Yes. Wewe Muli. Wewe ndio ulienda, by the way, don't
No, by the way, I never got chance to explain this.
Let's not even go there.
No, wait.
Wakati you went ahead and defend me, ukinitusi ukisema sijui bwanangu anakuanga na matracks za kuchukua habi.
I knew. No, never said
hapo please Muli.
No, I said Merupriti. Okay, twende pole. Merupriti. Okay, kari. Lakini uko na tabia moja. Let me tell you today. Okay, sawa. Lakini uko na tabia moja. Ukirudi kwa mtandao.
Kwa sababu wewe ndaka kudhuki lianto nonto angawe janga nina kwenda kwa.
Hata jaji ani baby. Ni baby. Just a character. Hiyo ni character kwa. Ngoja kwa ngoja nieleze kitu.
Unakuanga muongo.
Kwa nini? Ngoja nikwambie, Merupriti uko na tabia. Let me address you kidogo tu. Ukimute tu.
Usinilete.
Forget about all these things. Ya sijui nini hizi sarakasi tu za hapa na hapa. Merupriti kila time una deactivate account. Ukirudi, you want to make everything about you. Revive wounds ambazo za kitambo. Things ambazo umemove. Unafanya sasa unaanza vita. Unaanza vita. It's so wrong. Every time.
There. Muli, let's not talk about it. I think she's not interested in that. So if you don't mind, you know what?
No, but she's listening. Hakuapa na listen because this is not the first time.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Lady Jacqueline. I'm talking about myself now. I don't know their fight with Lady Jacqueline.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah, no. It's the issue with Lady Jacqueline that doesn't concern me at all.
Okay.
Yes. So mimi Merupredi, wacha nikwambie kitu. Ukirudi tu una dictate like 1 month, ukirudi you want to revive vitu. Hapa tukianza kuengage, hautaleta kitu mpya, never, hautakuwa na anything positive yangu. Unaelewa? Of which hatu wakudeactivate, my friend. People forget you. Personally, I totally give a blackout. Maybe ni kujulia Ali, niseme, but wewe ukirudi unataka kurevive. Man, watu wanaendelea. Unafaa kuja hapa ulize, ala, kuna ng'ombe anaitwa TikTok. Ala, kuna nyanya anaitwa Nyarawendo. Kuna nyanya anaitwa Chap Mapanga le. Nyanya wa Kakamega. Kuna this kitu, kuna mchango inaendelea hivi. Kuna this new things. We have moved. It's not about you. It's not about the past. Kuna drama nyingi. Peter Kioi ameshikwa. Amepiga msichana wapi? This is the things that are trending. If we dwell on the past, we ain't moving. Twende na Mbogi vile naenda. Ukienda Mbogi vile naenda, utajua vile kunaendaga, man. Utaelewa vile vitu zinaenda.
Thank you.
Hizo vitu za kitambo, wacha nazo. Thank you. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Anyway, Muli, would party update here, Peter Kioi, because I saw you in the panel. My darling Courtney. Thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you. Now, Muli, now that you've talked of that and I saw you in the panel, can you give us an update exactly what happened? Because this thing was so confusing. There was a perception that it's either Diana Rose involved, Frida, Kinomotes, Kinasiero, like there's a lot of mishmash. Who exactly alimpeleka alimshikisha?
As per my understanding, ni Frida ndo akona OB. So she might have been funded.
Because initially, Nadi,
yes.
TAD was saying akuna OB.
Yes. So later we learned that kuna OB and she has a lawyer. And again, we know financial muscles. She doesn't have anything to go for a lawyer. And by this, what we are talking about is a very good lawyer. This is a good lawyer. And again, yes. You remember, I don't know whether you remember because of kuna vitu ushughulikagi nazo, of which is okay.
Yeah.
But because it's an area of my expertise,
yeah.
Tulikuwa pale kwa Auka, right. Then tukaanza na Kioi. We called that Kioi out, man to man, right?
Right.
And then it happened, mimi nilianza alafu moto yakapanda. Kwanza tulianza na Kinomoto, na Kauka, everybody was calling Peter.
Yeah, out for his abuse.
You should be remorse. You should not be bragging. Ukisema
exactly.
Chapa, hakuna kitu mnatipeleka mahali. It escalated mpaka tukaleta zile picha, tukaona vile how violent he is, right? That thing ikakufia hapo, right? Then ule dem, hata tukua tunasema huyu dem apeleke Peter ndani, akwe nini? We called him out, right?
Hi, my darling Lily. Nice to see you, girl. Yeah.
So, when we called him out, hiyo story, Frida akakuja akatuambiaje, tumeshaongea na Omore, tumeongea na Pira, hii story imeisha. Haki kabisa. Tukajiona mafala, right? Tunakufaitia ili next time hiyo kitu kisikuwapenie, right?
Yeah.
But akakuja akatuambia kabisa amemaliza. So vile kesi ilikuja kwamba ameshikwa na ni Frida amempeleka, because we didn't know kwamba ni Frida. It took us a lot of time. Tukajua ni Frida amempeleka.
Yeah.
So okay, yes. She wants her justice. But why now? That's why kukaibuka vitu vingi, ako funded, and then again. Sasa Diana akajigawa pandele ingine.
Frida ni nani Rali?
Queen Frida ule wa Saliva, More Saliva.
Issue na Chris, if you can remember that lady that
More Saliva.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wakati Diana akafunga kutuambia,
oh my,
you know what?
I really appreciate it so much.
Akatuambia, Diana akasema kwamba Peter Kioi nitakuonesha moto, ni mimi niko na hii case. Akatupatia details kabisa. So that is when now we took tukasema okay, let's see what happens. We follow the case mpaka dakika ya mwisho Peter ametoka and all that stuff. Not unless kuna kitu imekupita, but all it was there, all roads were there. Thank you.
Okay, so basically it's Frida that has amefanya for assault, right?
It is Frida versus Peter.
Yeah, can I just correct something?
Yes, please.
You know, when you said that you are wondering why now, Muli, you need to realize that as women, sometimes we do not talk because probably we do not have the support, financial support, or the support of people believing us, because Peter is popular on this app. And he has more numbers. So maybe Frida at that time, she felt that she will not be believed or should not be supported, right? So it is usually wrong to question why someone is seeking justice, because justice has no limit. Remember the story of Bill Cosby? People came out almost 30 years ago, 20 years ago, people that were molested a long time ago. So I want to correct you there. You questioning why now? Why now? Maybe because now she has a voice. And having a voice means that you are people that are backing you, because you know such things need financial
right? You did not get me. You did not get my point, because
no,
that time.
You said
wait. I don't use those languages. Za kutaka kunileta kwa box. I know what exactly I'm talking
guys,
about.
Comment section,
Tulia nikwambie. Nikwambie kitu.
Ulisema why now? Okay.
Yes, niliuliza wakati tulikuwa tunapigania Frida. Unaelewa? She came akaturabish kesho yake akatuambia forget about hii story. Mimi nishaongea na Peter, tumesha square out. Atanipeleka OC, makosa ilikuwa yangu. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
Unaelewa? After calling him out, kwa sababu tulispend almost 6 hours tukitukanana na Peter, mpaka tukaenda kwa wazazi, tukatukanana mpaka tukatosheka kabisa.
Yeah.
What did she do? The following day alitufungulia live, akajoin na akasema kwamba sijui kwa nini inawauma nini na inawasha nini. That's why the question is why now?
Okay, now can I respond? Can I respond
to
someone that have dealt with victims, have supported victims?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes Nani Muli, it's usually the fear, because you know she had initially been threatened by Peter Kioi out of fear, unaona, and also feeling that she does not have support. Maybe someone somewhere came to them and told them that don't worry, I'm going to support you. So she feels she has that support. She's strong enough now to come out and pursue justice for what happened to her. And I said earlier on, I said that it takes two to tango. I blame both of them. Farida, having known the characters of Peter Kioi, why would she even put herself in this man's, space? Why did she? But then again, it was not right for her to be assaulted, even though there are a lot of people that have said the probably she was caused. Maybe aliambiwa, if you ever do anything utanijua. You know, the kind of things that abusive people do, right? So I understand where you're coming from. Maybe she spoke then because she thought she was protecting herself, but then in hindsight, maybe someone reached out to her and told her, look, what happened to you was not good, if you ever need support. And then she was like, okay, now I have this support, because when a police, we all know it costs money. Pursuing justice is very expensive in Kenya. So I totally understand where she's coming from as a person, as a woman. I was just trying to clear that, because I don't want to not talk about it, and then maybe someone else might think the same. Sometimes you learn through, and I know you don't say it from a bad place, no, but I'm just trying to tell you the reason why people sometimes are in denial. They feel like they deserved it, because nobody deserves to be assaulted or violated, right? But when people feel threatened, and then come up Peter Kioi, you don't know whether alikuwa amemtext, maybe alimpigia simu, maybe we don't know what happened. So if she's now in a place to speak for herself and seek justice, maybe she's got support. I think that's a beautiful thing, and it should be applauded that now she can go out there and seek justice. And when we do that, we do not only protect her, but we protect any other woman that might be around Peter Kioi, any future prospective people around Peter Kioi, and any abusers. Ndio wajue we do not have space in the society to abuse women. And even men, not even women, even men. If you'd even done it to another man, it would have still not been right.
Okay, I also want to add, we all process pain differently. I've been in a situation where other people are thinking I should act now. It doesn't mean I'm not acting now. It doesn't mean I'm not acting now because I do not understand, but I am overwhelmed by what I am experiencing, and I am trying to make sense of the magnitude of what has happened. So sometimes in different situations, you might find someone reacting, like sometimes I'll react on something there and then. as if I had even planned for it. Other times, it is the same me who will first of all process, and both reactions are from the same person. So it doesn't mean that that takes away what has happened or the experience. The other question I wanted to ask was, now, it seems like Frida pressed the charges. Is that correct? So who then now went and helped Kioi come out?
Okay, one second. I'm just gonna ask a question here. This guy, Ralph, you're talking about.
I've asked a question.
No, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. It's good. They're gonna answer you. Okay. Now, Ralph, what gives you the audacity to talk about women abuse? What gives you the audacity? You are a condemned, prosecuted, and jailed for women abuses. So what gives you the audacity to talk about other women abusers? Like, who are you? Like, you know what? As you answer my question, answer opinion question as well. I'd be interested to know.
What was your question again, opinion? My
question, I'm just confirming that the person who pressed charges was that.
So opinion,
Yeah?
Opinion, let me answer your question.
Please.
The people who were there, who were making the loudest voice, the loudest noise, condemning Frida, that she has done something bad to Kioi, wakasema vile watasaidia Kioi atoke kwa chera, ni Rafumuli kwa platformu ya Lady J na hiyo squad yote ya cartels.
Thank you.
Na kina Rafumuli hao ndio walipiga makelele sana.
Thank you.
Condemn eti Frida amefanya kitu mbaya. Wao sasa ati Lady J sasa ndio mzuri anasema we can't leave Peter Kioi alone. Peter Kioi lazima atoke leo na kina Rafumuli. Wao ndio wamemtoa.
Okay, as a woman,
all opinion. Chill out. You've already hold on. Chill
like a woman, you're a man. Please give me a chance.
Hold of us.
I will
1 second.
speak as a woman, and you're not gonna shut me down. Give me a chance.
1 second. Just 1 second.
I am grieved as a woman. I'm not gonna be quiet. Give me a chance.
Okay.
As a woman, if I express my pain and I go and report it, I, as the person who has been grieved and caused pain, you cannot tell me how I should react about my pain. So you know what? Today, I am so angry at the behaviors that people on TikTok, and I said I am going to start being the change that I wish to see. So shame on anybody who's gone out today to condemn a woman who spoke about her pain. Shame.
Nilikuwa na kusaidia but huko unanisikiza, but I was helping you out, but it's fine. But I need this guy Ralph, I need you to answer opinions question, okay? Na wewe ni mfungwa because of domestic abuse. In fact, I don't fucking like you anyway, because I don't like women abusers, because I think they are full of shit, okay? And I have no value for you. You are rubbish. So now, okay, that's my opinion. But now you need to answer opinion and tell us as well, who are you to comment about women abuses on any platform? Who are you?
So opinion, what was your question before we were rudely interrupted by?
Nisha question. Fuck are you? You are
opinion. What is the question?
Opinion ni question, but mimi nimekuuliza another question. So sasa opinion ashakuuliza question, wacha kujifanya danda head, okay? You heard what opinion say. She repeated it twice. So don't be stupid. Don't ask stupid, okay? Don't ask dumb. She repeated it twice. So she already asked already.
I have to drop you. Sorry, Atty, ukitaka kuanza ni block. I don't like people when we having the discussions like this. Unataka kuleta matusi, I can do it. We don't want tractions. If you want tractions, then I can drop. Akuja tukanane. And again, yes, I was in jail because of domestic violence, right?
I am requesting for DJ Park to come back up.
Yes.
Yes,
you come back.
You defend your point and let him defend his point.
Yes.
Do not abuse your position.
Let him not use bad words because Taribu Leviati. I'm very good at
no
also
bad words.
Kanana. Please.
No bad words. Let's reason.
Mimi, tukianza matusi hapa, you not even like it. So yes. Personally, unasikia? So yes, Mimi, I don't know why I'm answering this guy, right? But for the sake of
answer it is my question.
Unaweza nyamaza? I'm not answering anything. Okay? Just now, I'm not answering anything. But just know that yes, it was bad for Peter doing whatever he did. I'm not going to explain anything to you. Okay? Thank you.
But you're a woman abuser as well. So why don't you answer that as well? Why are you hiding that? Why are you hiding it? Just admit it. It's fine. It's okay.
As a person who was convicted of domestic violence, I know better, right? I know also.
Are you apologizing?
Oh, what the fuck?
Are you apologizing?
Hold on
a minute. You know, listen, guys. This is a craziness about these rights. Yeah. This guy is opinion. 1 second. This guy is accused of domestic violence. Yeah, but he can't apologize for it. This is what pisses me off. This is what makes me crazy. He can't even apologize for it, and he's here talking about.
Can I say something, guys? Nani, DJ Sparks, let me say something. You see, everybody make their mistakes. Like we are not.
Yeah, but apologize as well.
And the fact that he went in and did his time, I think he paid for it, and I don't think he's going to done it again. So we cannot be judging people from their past.
But hold on, Atty,
I'm not saying Muli is perfect. What I'm saying is, let us not judge people from the past.
But I'm not judging him for the past.
You are questioning him for something that he's saying already.
Is it okay for him to apologize to all the women here? That's what I'm saying.
No, listen, you do not force people to apologize for things, because then that is not from a conscious place. You do not force people to apologize for their own life mistakes, choices, and all that. That is a little bit weak. We can only take responsibility for ourselves, right? Like an individual, I can only speak for me and apologize if I feel I need to, but I cannot come here and subject anybody to apologize. I don't think that's fair, to be honest.
Then you have no voice in this matter then.
By now.
No, everybody has a voice because he's
but can I ask you not to be personal? Let's not be personal. Let's be objective. Let's not be personal.
Yeah, let us not bring things in the past that have happened because it does not apply now. You see, let us be objective. We can have a conversation even with people who don't agree.
I agree with you, but at the end of the day,
when you bring things that happened in the past, and we do not know how much is probably, maybe he learned from the thing or maybe if he did learn,
he has never learned. You
see, that is not in your place or my place to say. That is not our burden.
We can see in this. We can
refer to that, but you cannot use it to judge him or to talk it down on him or pull him down on a subject, especially particularly this subject.
That's my opinion, is it? That's my opinion, Atty.
It is your opinion, fine, but you cannot force your opinion on others.
Exactly.
Yeah. So don't force him. He does not want to engage on it.
If he doesn't want to engage on it, it's fine.
Thank you. So can we continue with the discussion, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I be asked a question that relates on that matter when I was presiding the case, please? Naweza ulizo swali kwa hiyo kesi?
Uliza swali Ralph Muli.
Go ahead.
Not at an emotional area, but just a general question.
Go ahead.
At the court today, you know pretty well that Peter Kioi was taken to get asking you in person, not as courts, just you in person. Why would you support a man to come out that has done something bad to a woman or domestic violence? So, just asking at a very light note, nothing personal or anything.
Thank you very much for that question. That question is a big question and makes a lot of sense. Yes. based on what Frida told us on live, she told us they have squared because they've already squared. Then again, now unapeleka huyu mtu, like when we were pressing, please wacha huyu jamaa aende learn lesson. I gave my own example. Nikamwambia mimi have learned from that thing. Mimi hata nikajoke nikasema hata unitie kidole cha utosi siwezi taka kuingia kwa hizo shida because I know vile zinakuharibia. First of all, inakuharibia immigration, inakuharibia pale kwa fingerprints, inakuharibia vitu vingi zaidi. So si kuona haja yake tena arudi. Niliona kwamba ni kama kwamba anasukumwa ili kwamba uadui wake na mtu fulani ama watu fulani uendelee. Alright? Kumejitokeza hata watu wengine ambao pia amewathreaten ama ameabuse ama amewafanya ABCD. Correct. Follow the channel. But again, we learned that hata si polisi aliarestiwa na polisi mmoja na 2 civilians. That's why I was pale nauliza hapana, nataka kujua uwazi. Thank you.
Okay, so are you trying to insinuate, I mean, guys, I'm talking in accordance of this present case. Ralph, are you and your friends, or your court or that thing that you have, trying to insinuate that these are people probably joining a bandwagon and using that problem that Frida had with Kioi as a reason to put Kioi away? No, I'm not supporting Kioi. I don't like his behavior, but I'm just trying to reason out with this group of Ralph. I mean, are they trying to insinuate that someone is taking advantage of the situation between Frida and Kioi to put Kioi away because they have a grudge with Kioi? Is that what you're trying to insinuate, Ralph?
Naam, ushasema. You've said it all. Yes.
On that note, does it negate the fact that Kioi did something wrong? And what, no, it doesn't. Hold on. I've not finished. And I know we are here questioning Muli, but Muli was not alone. So there's so many out there who are there supporting this cause. So my question is, this situation happened. People felt that somebody was taking advantage, but then somebody cannot take advantage if you have not done anything wrong. So does that negate the fact that you did something wrong to that woman?
That question referred to me?
No, she's trying to ask you, do you agree that what was meted to Frida was wrong? Whether someone is trying to put their differences or what? Do we, because as a person, I think we should concentrate on Frida. Frida is the victim.
As a person, Molly,
okay?
do you think that
so
was
I think a lot of us are forgetting the victim and concentrating on the other party. So as a person, I know Diana likes to be part of attention, all these things, but it's not about Diana at this point in time. It's about Frida. So let us talk, let us have Frida as the basis of all this. Whatever thing was done to her, Rafmuli, would you think was right or wrong?
From beginning, I said it was wrong. That's why we addressed Pira. We had heated argument. Actually, we fought a lot.
Actually, Ralph said right now that walitukaniana mpaka wazazi.
Tulitukana mpaka wazazi.
Mimi niko hapa nimesikiza.
Yes.
Kwa ajili ya hiyo case.
Now, Ralph, let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question, Ralph. Now, because you guys, okay, this thing was between Peter Kioi and Frida, but for some reason now Diana came in. When you guys saw Diana came in and the Lady J group also came in. Now my question to you is, between okay, now it was between Peter and Frida. So Diana coming in, or you guys now coming in to defend Peter Kioi because Diana has come in. Now, let's say now maybe Frida is, Peter Kioi is out of jail and maybe he's not going to court, something like that. That means maybe you have won. But does that thing gonna affect Diana in any way? Who is gonna be affected by that? Is it Diana or Frida who was beaten?
What is your question? Because I think it's in the story.
Out there?
Yeah. No, wait. What's your question, Mosai? Because unapiga story.
No. My question was, question was,
Your Honor, you don't have to be sarcastic, Your Honor.
My question was, when we talk of justice, you as the judge, when we talk of justice, Frida too is supposed to take Peter to court because she wants justice, and you guys now you are making Frida not to get justice because Diana is in between. Are you guys doing the right thing? Are you now trying like to punish Frida because of Diana? Why?
Okay. Now get you very well. Okay. I told you very well that personally I was niko side ya Frida, right? To get justice. Now justice has been served. Peter Kioi is going to court on Monday, right? But again,
Which court?
On Monday akona court.
Your court ama the real Kenyan court?
No, Kenyan court. He's being arrested. He's out on bond.
Forget about this.
Wachana na kalongolongo hapa tunaongea.
No, let me put it.
Wachana na hizi za kalongolongo za coins na viewership.
Let me put this way. Kila mtu ataelewa. Wachana na vitimbi. Na vioja mahakamani.
Ndio.
Unasema viewers na coins koma.
Sawa?
Viewers na coins.
Sawa. So, Peter Kioi anapelekwa kotini Monday, hakuna kesi ya kwanza yeye na Frida. Unanielewa? So, hapo sasa justice itapatikana kwa Frida ama Peter Kioi is not guilty until proven guilty. Sasa kwa court real, wacha yetu ya TikTok. Thank you.
Let me second you there. Let me just add a little bit of legal whatever there. Innocent until proven guilty is a legal principle that states that a person is considered innocent until proven guilty of a crime. This means that the prosecution has the burden of proving guilt, not the accused person. So in this case, the prosecution, who is the victim, bears the burden of proving whether this thing happened or not. So easy hulabaluza TikTok could be left, right, and center, guys. Thank you. Continue.
Okay, I have a question for the to the
exactly.
panel.
Are you satisfied, Mosai? Sijamaliza. So are you satisfied, Mosai? So now, wacha nikueleze Kiswahili.
Yes,
inakuchanga kidogo. Kwa ufupi tunasema hivi, pale Peter ameshikwa. Kumbuka alikuwa anajipiga kifua akisema kwamba niko hapa, niko umoja, kujeni mnishike. Unaelewa?
Alikuwa umo massive, one blue corner, do.
So unasikia?
That is my hood, guys.
Unasikia? So akapeana mpaka nyumba. Hiyo siku kwanza ni mimi alikuwa ananileta juu na nani na Omote. Unaelewa? So akasema niko mahali fulani tufanye ABCD. Unaelewa? So the following day sasa kujirudia, Frida akakuja akatuambia wacheni ujinga, yani mimi nimewatuma mfanye kitu kama hicho. Mimi na Peter tumesia square these things out. Now that sheria imeshaanza kuchukua mkondo. Wacha Peter afanye nini? Haenda prove akuwa wrong. Pale ako guilty and he is not guilty until proven guilty. So now the prosecution na lawyer wanani wa Frida, Queen Frida, ndio watafanya kesi yao hadi Peter asajue nini justice ifanyike kwa Frida. Thank you. Sisi hapa TikTok, mimi niko Ulaya. Sorry, niko Amerika. Mwenzangu wako Ulaya, hako UK. Wengine wako kila mahali.
And guys, justice does not operate on emotions, right?
Yes, that's
according, yeah. Anazaenda huko akwe proven guilty or not guilty, does not matter. So when we want justice, you put your emotions on the side. No,
on the side, yes.
Social media as it is, we deal with a lot of emotions because I don't like Atty. You know, Atty lazima atafungwa atafanya. My friend, huko continue. So balance your emotion, guys, right? Balance your emotions. Let now the law take its course. Thank you.
Thank you, Atty.
So someone was asking something there, mkamkata anaitwa opinion ama nani?
No, it's Mama Sita that was talking, but you hadn't finished.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mama Sita. I'm sorry. This is Magina.
Yeah. So what I was asking, guys, in between these cases between Frida and Peter Kioi. If Frida, maybe yes, she wasn't mentally ready last time to press the charges, and now maybe we, because she has pressed the charges, feel like she is mentally ready. Guys, don't you think there's a thin line in between Frida and Kioi? Frida being bought out, and again she's gonna come back and say we've squared it out. Don't you think so? Because if she was not mentally ready then, and now she feels mentally ready to press the charges, and remember it's you understand? So she can again be bought up again. You know, it's about numbers and about money, right? So they don't you think so?
Sorry,
So I'm thinking.
Sorry to interject. Sorry to
Let her finish. You're thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the best thing this lady should be taken to therapy mamisho hata hiyo Peter Kioi mpaka kwa stable kabisa na wache kuhusiana na wakwe ni koti na ni defendant na wanaitwaje utaki yeye Kioi na koti na lawyers. Watu wa TikTok waondoke. Maanake watu wa TikTok wana feed ujinga mwingi sana, mtu hata anaweza kuwa confused nini anataka. Umenifahamu? Right. Kwa ajili hapa kuna power hungry, kuna people fighting for power, people fighting for ushindi, people fighting. So huyo mwanamke ambaye ndio sasa yuko ambaye umia na aliumia na kanuliwa, hata sasa iza kununuliwa tena, maanake hata saisi ati yuko mentally stable na maanake hajapata matibabu. Umenifahamu? So ambaye amempush kwenda kuweka yao mashtaka, sahi ambaye amempush kwenda kuweka yao mashtaka, je, mkoshua kama mwanamke seriously yuko in a very good mental state ya kuvumilia hiyo pressure ya upande wa kina Kioi?
Okay, thank you. Umemaliza?
Muli, you can take that over as the...
Okay, let me take as an area of expertise. The last time I checked, this isn't a question because I've stepped in school and I've done law. This is opinion. So it is a very good opinion. Thank you.
Opinion gani? Nimeuliza huyu mwanamke yuko mentally stable.
Guys, tap kusikia majibu.
Munafikiria yuko mentally? Mtu mwingine ajibu.
Maybe you want to if you care opinion.
Yes, I mean you know what is something? I was called at 6 a.m. With this case on what was happening, and me knowing the history of the person that was involved in this case is not about Kioi, anyone else or whatever. Is because of the passion that people in Western countries are using to oppress people in Kenya. That's why I had so much interest on this case. Mtu asiniambie is because of Kioi or whatever kwa sababu ya nini. It's because kwa sababu vile kwa sababu ya vile tunadhulumu watu ambao wako Kenya kwa sababu tuko Marekani. Kwa sababu saa hii me and you, maybe Mama Sita tuko na wewe hapa in the United States, we do not, if there's any case against Merupriti, nimeassault mtu, polisi wanakujanga wanachukua statement, maybe hiyo time nakuwa nashikwa na mapingu napelekwa kotini. It's not the case about mtu amekuwa assaulted alafu weeks later ndio unaandikisha vitu azieleweki unaleta hapa kwa sababu mimi Merupriti niko na chuki na mtu mwingine ndio napeleka OB sijui vitu kama hizo. So wakati ulikuwa assaulted, na sisemi, I'm not saying kwa sababu ya girl child ama boy child, anyone that has been a subject of abuse should report immediately to the police, and if they don't,
I'm sorry on this one, I'm going to disagree. I am always on the side of the victim until they've been proven they've lied. There's always this issue where I could be a liar, a known liar. I'm just giving an example. I could be a liar and a known liar, and that is my character.
Let me tell you something.
Goja nimalize Mary Pretty.
Opinion may interrupt me, right? I would say so. Yeah, thank you.
Kwangu, this I go with.
Mary Pretty, before you go any further, because you don't want us to get mixed up, one thing I gotta tell you today, people should not be blamed for not reporting assault immediately. It's important to remember that survivors are not responsible for the abuse they experience and that they should not be made to feel guilty or ashamed, okay? Why should we not blame survivors? Victim blaming makes it harder to report. Blaming survivors makes it even more difficult for them to come forward and report what has happened, okay? Victim blaming allows perpetrators to avoid being held accountable for their actions, okay? Survivors may have reasons for not reporting, such as fear, retaliation, fear of making themselves visible to ridicule, to shame, to stuff like that, okay? Let survivors know that they are not to blame. Rule number one, any survivor, if you are here as a survivor, we have people who endure childhood abuse. Their parents, their brothers, their mothers, their father abused them. So rule number one, a lot of them did not speak because people would not believe them. There are a lot of people right now in their adulthood, they're dealing with traumas because they had nobody to open up. And we don't care where they come 50 years later, 30 years later. We should never, ever, guys, whoever you are, wherever you are, never, ever find your parents in a space you are blaming a survivor. Yes, listen to survivors and offer support.
I will always say
survivors the resources and support services. Help survivors feel what to share the story. And for this reason,
Amen.
Frida, Viva Frida Power.
Can I just say, I am always
later.
I am always on the side of the victims.
But we are not going to victim blame. It is just bad. It's wrong in all levels. We cannot question why now. Why now? No, we're not doing that. Please, guys. Me, I know a lot of people that are talking 20, 30 years later because you know what? They didn't want to come out because nobody would have believed them. They have grown up, they're empowered, they're educated now, they have the courage because they don't owe anybody anything. So I respect your opinion, Mary Pretty, but if you don't mind, just take that element of blaming this person that why now? No, that is never a question.
Let me add on to that, please. We are coming from a culture where if my uncle touches me inappropriately, it's even embarrassing for me to talk to them. They keep blaming victims. I'm not saying Mary Pretty, you are. I'm just talking to the masses.
I'm not blaming a victim.
I'm not saying you are, but let me just finish my statement. If you keep encouraging people to keep quiet, we are enforcing bad behavior, and we are telling those people who abuse women in different ways that it's okay to do it. So for me, and from my line of work, I will always, as long as you come to me, I don't care whether you are lying or not. It is worse for me for you to come to me and you had a problem and I did not support you. I would rather support you and get it wrong than not support you. And then
guys are not listening to what I did not finish my sentence because I muted what I was saying. I'm victim blaming. I will never blame a victim. Victim always, mimi na understand, hata kama kuna watu ambao I've seen cases ambao it has taken them 20, 30 years. Wakati women wakati walikuwa revolution ilikuwa inaitwa nini? Wakati kama huyu Epstein alikuwa na abuse girls ambao they took almost 20 years. And I supported them. My thing is, let not coerce other people into kuambia watu that you've been abused. Kitu moja, even though it's a woman or a man, everybody has the right. Kila mtu akona right ya kwenda kotini.
My learned friend, you did mention that there is a timeline for reporting. That's where you're wrong. Pain is what the patient says it is. If I choose to go today,
can you give her time? Can you give her time?
Opinion. Sunyamaze kidogo ache kuminterrupt.
Yeah. We know you are on the victim side, of which is very good.
Yeah. So let her finish.
Let me tell you something. Queen Frida has the right to report. But when I don't have evidence, so I cannot speak kwa hii kitu. Coercion, ambao mimi niko na my other motive, was a victim, whatever, ndio aanza kuongeza vitu zingine. So let me tell you something. Ndio maana Frida and Kioi issued waende kotini, hii kitu iwe squared, kila mtu atoe evidence yake, ndio sisi wenyewe we need to sit back. We cannot be here saying this person is guilty, this person is not guilty, kwa sababu he has done this, kwa sababu he has done this. I'm not blaming Queen Frida because maybe kuna mtu mwingine anasemaje, Queen Frida does not have credibility based on what she has said and kwa sababu what she came has said. I do not go by that because maybe it was for us to say sorry for what had happened to her. She has the right. So as the speculators, we need to stand back and kila mtu atoe evidence yake. Kwa sababu we cannot be here pointing fingers. How many times has victims come here? Meaning I cannot say I'm always on the side of the victim or whatever. Marangati, our men wamekuwa wamewekelewa, wameambiwa they have raped somebody, they have done that which was not true. How many black men in the United States of America because one person, a white woman, whatever, said it was not justice? How many times? We cannot just always say, yes, kwangu mimi, I go with evidence. Nimeona watu wengi wakiwa wamedhulumiwa.
Okay. Let's focus on the case at hand, right? Tusiende kwa mambo ya sijui kina nani kina Rikeli and other stuff. Alafu pia you are breaking Merupurity, please nafikiri upande kwangu, right? In the time ukiendelea kuangalia electronics zako, names chukua microphone please, names. Ukiendelea kuangalia electronics zako, you are breaking so much, we can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tengeza mali huko. Thank you. Names chukua microphone.
Okay, thank you, Muli, thank you. Now there's something that has come up. Another game watu wamekuwa wanacheza hapa. This mentality ya watu wenye wako Kenya wanatukana watu, then when the other person is being supported from her sisters and friends from diaspora, inakuwa ni we are being intimidated, sijui nini, they're using money. This has to stop. For me, today there are two things that I've seen. There is so much tribalism. Kwanza, Githaiga has to be called out. Two, hii kitu ya wamama wakichapwa, the other women, in fact, they are the ones who are paying against another woman. Women violence has to stop. Kama wanawake nyinyi mnamalizana. I hear that girl alichapwa na akaanguka na akafaint. What if? Unajua unaweza gonga mtu na hiyo ikuwe siku yake ya mwisho.
Funny thing is, some people are making fun out of that.
Imagine. And the videos are there. And even Kioi, I have no issues with Kioi, but even Kioi, kuna recordings akisema, nilimchapa.
Guys, before we make...
has to stop. And also this thing of Atty, why now? Yes, the way tumeona cases nyingi. Watu wakikuja after 30, 40 years. Because it's a trauma, inakujanga, you have to, lazima useme
exactly. Names.
Yes.
Everybody who supports ama who is against domestic violence ako very happy kwamba itakuwa kesi imeshachukua mkondo tayari, iko kotini. I think iko Kilimani locus, something that I don't know cause Nairobi vizuri, unaelewa? So hapo ndo kesi
Chief Justice, let me tell you something. Sometimes skiza, wacha nikwambie kitu. I was listening today na nikaona, you know what, I want to ask you, what if it was your sister? What if it's your daughter? What if it's your daughter?
It can never happen to my sister because that time nilikwambia I would have told her to go straight. I can report. Yes. Just the way we told Frida that day. But what did she do? To call out. Wanaume mmekosa kazi. I don't know why people don't record these things. Wanaume mmekosa kazi. Unakuja kuongelea mimi napita Kioi, tume square out everything, right? But again, kesi kaja katokea, Peter ameshikwa. Unaelewa? So justice had to be done. Na justice inafanyika aje? Peter amekuwa arraigned, ako kwa koti Monday. Unaelewa? Leo ametoka na cash bail. Unaelewa? So kesi inaanza. Well and good. But let me pose this question, guys. Kama Frida angechukua hii sheria peke yake kwa mkono, wawe mechapana kule, nataka tukue tu wazi kabisa. Frida amechukua, wamepigana huko kwa club, akaripot, sawa, akaripot, na kusiwa na mtu yote ambaye amehusika katika hizi TikTok, akuleta drama hapa, Peter Kioi kuleta drama hapa. Unajua hiyo kitu ingepotea tu hivyo hivyo. We will not be talking the same. Hakungekuwa na watu, kwa sababu mimi na Atty tusikizani, now will take advantage of that thing. This is what you guys munakosa kuelewa. Now we understand two parties are fighting, right? Peter Kioi and Diana. Unaelewa? Diana has to take that advantage of doing what? Of make sure kwamba amemaliza nani? Amemaliza Peter Kioi. In the other end, Lady Jacqueline wana fight na Diana. Anataka kuonesha Diana huwezi kitu. So now I'm gonna take upon this thing. Now ni kuoneshe who is who. Peter Kioi hata la ndani nitamtoa. Not just because Lady J didn't know that it is wrong. Unanielewa? This is where you guys don't understand now. Chukua microphone moja kwa moja, mtu ani challenge kwa hiyo.
Right. Okay, before we another point. Deeper, opinion, I'm just going to be short. Sorry. I wanted us, guys, when we are talking, we need to differentiate between coercion and empowerment, right? Obviously, we know coercion is, it involves bullying, controlling, tricking someone. It can create a sense of fear and limit a person's human right. As a human rights activist, I'm very passionate about knowing how much fear, intimidation can hinder people from speaking out, even when they have been subjected to abuse, violence and stuff like that. So we need to be able to differentiate when someone is being coerced and when someone is being empowered, right? When you're being coerced, it can lead to a loss of self-confidence, loss of integrity, self-esteem, and trust in one's own thoughts and feelings. I don't know if you've ever been in a space where you start doubting yourself, right? Where you're thinking, okay, ama maybe alinichapa kopi juu nilimjibu vibaya, ama juu alinishika matako nikampiga mkono. You start doubting yourself. Unaona? It can also cause very strong self-directed anger and high external self-control. Unaona? Yani kitu unakuumiza, but unajaribu sana kuifinya ndani. Those are the things that lead to things like even depression, and worst extremes, suicide, because you resent yourself so much because you are dying with this thing inside you, right? And we have empowerment, and this is the power to make their own decisions. Okay, freedom was probably just lacking that little oomph that might have come from anyone, including Diana. Diana became in the picture. And you know what? Don't worry, we are here for you, support you. It then higher productivity, right? And creativity and more motivation. You get more motivated. You think, okay, now I have this support. I can go and get the OB. So let us differentiate when people are being coerced and when people are being empowered. Sounds more or less the same, but means two different things. And we all know, even in these spaces, me as a person, I've reached out to people who's a friend of them. What do you think? I need that empowerment. I need that support. Even the best of people sometimes need to hear a second voice. Okay? So we need to understand that maybe she did not report at the time when she would have reported because she felt alone and she had all these self-doubts and everything until someone else, came through as Diana with all her faults and whatever. She was there, she was available, and she thought, hang on, why not? Akaambia usijali, nitakuorganizea maloya, nitakuorganizea nini, and it gave her the power to go forward. So to me, I still say viva, no matter where that support came from. It wasn't about Diana, it's not about Githaiga, it's not about Muli, it's about Frida, right, and Kioi. So in everything we say, let us try and circle around that thing. Let us not extend our hatred for people to justify the reason why they shouldn't have or when or would have. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, on that note, I see people typing here on the comments section. that lady has lied before. I was trying to touch on that point earlier. Now, I may have a bad character. Ni kwen mimi ni mtu mbaya na kila mtu anajua mimi ni mtu mbaya. That does not mean that it is okay for someone to take advantage of me. So there could be a history nimedanganyana a few times before nimerepiwa. Na mtu kama Kasongo, I'm going to borrow you as an example. Unotice hivyo, decide as a man, huyu danganyana kwa hivyo hata nikimrape hakuna mtu ataamini. That's what predators do. Predators target. Okay, so that does not mean because there is that character behind me that this time I am lying. If someone says they are a victim, we need to follow it through until it's proven true or false. But we cannot neglect someone who is saying they are a victim. I'm done.
Well said. So now that hii kesi imeenda sasa kwa real court, no, not hizi vitu zetu za kufanya kupiga the activism, sijui women empowerment, men empowerment and all that stuff. Imefika, that is what every TikToker wanted, right? Hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunataka. So now wacha sasa, akona lawyer mzuri sana, amelipiwa. Akona lawyer poa sana, Frida. And that also will also maybe Pira will learn from that. Na Frida will also learn from that. But I want to thank the two parties that walipigana, yani sikupigana kinapita, the two parties ambazo kuna kuwaga na lazima au kijana lale ndani, lazima mtu fulani afanye hivi ashinde, lazima watoke. But at the end of every game ni scores, na finally ni pale kotini.
Yeah, uzuri Amuli, these two people or any other factor behind the scenes, they have no final say on the judgment. Yes. Unaona, the judgment will be so neutral. So hapa mtandao tutapiga kelele, tutavurutana, but by the end of the day hakuna mtu akona influence on what is going to be whatever. And I think that is very fair. Sindio?
Yes. So
that truth and justice should be found. If anybody that needs to be punished should be, and if there are lessons that will be learned, they should be. So it applies to all of us. Hapa Mims amesema kuna watu wako Kenya wanakuwa na hiyo kielele ya kusema ati wanakuja hapa wanatukana nana, and then after that they start complaining that wako Kenya. Kama unajua uko Kenya, know what comes from your mouth, because you'll be responsible for the things you do and say. Unasikia? So when they come here, abuse people with no boundaries, they're people that do not just talk, they act. So wakishafanyikiwa, huwezi kwa eneo kelele kama unajua una means. Let us all be honest with ourselves. Whatever things we do, we say, when the consequences finally land, we should be able to take them with the same zeal like kiherehere that you use them here to get coins and traction. Utakuja hapa unitukane, watu wafurahie upate coins, and then when I come for you, you start to play victim ati uko Kenya. Toka Kenya uchukue visa na ukuje Maju. Watu pambane Maju, because Maju is open for everyone. So this excuse of sijui watu wako Kenya wanaonewa, no, you are character. How about the other people that wako Kenya? They just do their content, they know their limits, they stop at that. But ukikuja na haula badu ku expect that tutakuja ushiku watu wa TikTok kwa kuchangia, my friend, you are going to deal with the consequences, and that narrative needs to stop. Mercy 07, how are you, Mercy?
Atty, let me advertise my game, please.
Yeah.
Guys, tomorrow it's our big day in East Coast. Tuko na mniombea sana. Nimeanza kusikia ni kama nitaanza so let's take it home, guys. Thank you.
We're going to tell you about Harambe na nini na maybe talk or something. Kumbe niambia vitu za Mayolo. Hey Kato Mohenge, thank you so much, darling, and thank you for singing up a long time. It's been a minute. Mercy, fungua microphone if you have something to say, darling. If you ain't got nothing to say, eruka kwa kitanda ulale. So I think she's probably here by mistake. Mosae, bufungua microphone.
Ati unajua ninacheka nini? Haki kuna watu wanakujaga na mbulu kwa hizi vitandao. Unakuja na mbulu, yaani unakuja unawaka moto, unakuja unawaka moto alafu unashuka, unakuta yani you are dealing with people ambao wameona mbele kukushinda zaidi.
Are you talking in parables?
I'm not talking in parables. Wajua nimeona watu wengi wanapanda hapa wako na moto alafu unashuka unaenda. Man, wakisha moto kabisa. Be consistent. Anyway, Kasongo chukua nini?
Kasongo, what do you think about this whole thing? You know, everything else happening out here. I know you
everything.
Hii mambo ya
Kioi.
Ya Kioi na pia Diana's part in it and everything. What do you think objectively? Without kuramba mpinga yote.
Mimi most of the time mimi nasema kwa maoni yangu ni kwamba mimi niko behind Frida. Kama Peter Kioi alimchapa, niliona alikuwa amefura uso. I don't care kama ni Diana ako behind Frida, maybe ndiye amemwambia aende mbele. I don't care kama
watu wanasema kuna
pole. Sasa unajua malezi nayo watoto sasa akiangalia katuni sasa uwezi mwambia aseme hebu niende mahali kuna nini.
Ni wewe unasonga siende kwa bedroom yako.
Yeah.
Tukae na watoto jameni, utazoea tu, hata sisi tulizoea. Inakwaga hivyo.
Kitambo msai pia achukue microphone ajipange bali atajificha kama ni kwa jiko. Basement.
No.
Let me take this opportunity.
Nimetoka kwa room. Okay.
Let me take this opportunity to thank Ayeko and congratulate Ayeko for becoming American citizen. Makofi.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so much, absolutely. Mimi bado mmebaki kwa njia. Mtafika tu, msijali.
Sisi ni citizen kutoka kitambo wewe. Tabaki hapa.
Oh, congratulations to you, Tumuli. I've known today.
Okay. So nilikuwa nasema kuhusu between Frida and Kioi. Acha tungoje on Monday waende kotini. Whoever who will be on the wrong atawini tu kesi. But watu wengine waache kuingililia hiyo kesi ya watu. Waende kotini, the judge ataamua who is on the wrong. But wale wenye wanaingililia uachane na kuingililia. Kama ni Diana, I don't care kama yeye ndiye alipush Frida aende mbele, na kina Lady J kama wakutaka Frida aende mbele, I don't care, so long as waende kotini. Judge mwenye ataamua kesi, mwenye atakuwa ameshinda, judge ndiye ataamua. Hivyo tu. Na honestly mimi sikupenda vile watu waliingililia Frida because hawapendi Diana. Hiyo nayo sikupenda sana, by the way. So long as sio kama because you don't like Diana, maybe yeye ndiye amepush Frida aende mbele, nao mnaanza kublame Frida. Na yeye ndiye amesikia uchungu, yeye ndiye alipiwa. So hiyo sikupenda vile watu walifanya.
Okay,
at least sasa kesi iko mbele, tusubiri matokeo kutoka kotini on Monday.
I'm just going to make a comment, just a quick comment.
Go ahead.
So if Diana's problem was getting involved in something that she was not involved in, why then before did Lady J get involved in Atty's problem with Pao?
Okay, let me answer this, guys, since Lady J iko hapa kunijibia. I said earlier, nikipigana na niacha nitumie hatujakuwa ni free sana mimi na wewe opinion, let me use Atty. Nikikuwa na issues na Atty ni adui wangu mkubwa, na Atty ako kwa ngori. Of course the support ule mtu ambaye anapigana na Atty. Mimi nikiwa kwa ngori na tumefika mahali kwamba hata tukionana tunaweza uana. Atty hata ajue kwamba mimi niko in the right, hata support ule mtu ambaye ananipin down. That is the nature of human beings.
Yeah, that is absolutely 100% fact, true. Yeah, so we need that. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you need to be objective, you need to be open-minded. And the fact that Jacqueline was there supporting Kioi, she was not supporting from a good point because she's been one of the biggest victims of mwanaume hapa. So I would think that should be happy saying, okay, at least now he's gotten his match, he's going to learn his lesson. But you know what? Because Diana was part of it, now I'm going to go this other side, right? And again, because of viewership and coins, sometimes you're lying. And I tell people on this app, sometimes just be your own person, right? The person that you truly love might be on the wrong. Does not mean you need to lean on that side. And as a person, I'll always be on the victim. I don't care whether it's a man or a woman. I do not operate from a position of, it's a woman. No, I operate from a position of humanity, a human being, gender notwithstanding, because as a woman, I have sons. So it means that when my boy child, will probably be abused, disrespected, demeaned, bullied, I'll sit back because it's a boy, so I'm not supposed to bother. So I think it's quite pretentious. People that have children that are boys, that have brothers, that have fathers, saying that, oh, justice for the girl child. To me, justice for everyone that deserves justice. A wrong is a wrong. A rose by any other name is just a rose. It doesn't change its name. So personally, I don't do this kind of women. I do man, because even if it was a man and the ball was going against them, I'll stand with them from a point of objectivity. So Frida, not only because she's a woman, but because I think she's a victim. Victimization, gender. So the only reason I'm standing and I'm supporting this Frida is because she's standing up for justice. She didn't deserve to be abused, to be assaulted. And then this is someone that he's been so enabled that he even has the audacity to come here and say, oh yes, nilimpiga, kuna kitu tafanya, kuna kutanipeleka. Next time it might be you. It might be your child. What will you do? What would you expect for people to say? Would you expect people to support you? Because you are the victim. You are the weaker link in this side. Frida, people are saying, oh, she's been known to lie before. That is fine. She might have lied then, but you cannot judge her in her past. It's the same thing I keep saying. We cannot come here and call someone out that you are done for domestic violence. That is then. What lessons do we learn? Human beings, we make mistakes. Sometimes we learn from them. Sometimes we make as many mistakes as we can, even if she's lying this time. But at least it has been taken of the awareness that has been done. Other people, other victims to realize that they can always talk and they'll be supported, because we need to stop this domestic, the violence thing on women and men. So anybody that has audacity to beat someone is someone that should be made answerable, and in this case, in a lawful way. So kudos to all the people that have stood up with Frida, supporting her, the voices talking behind it. Go. There are so many Fridas out here that this one Frida might be fighting for. You don't know how many times such people get away with these things. Look at all the serial killers. You look at it, you realize how many people they probably killed before they're finally, nabbed. And it's usually the people closer to them, their wives protecting them, their sisters, their mothers protecting them. It's usually the closest people to us that are in denial. So you might like them from a different angle, but you also have to accept that they have this probably something in them that if it's not stopped or called out in time, many more will have to suffer. Simple.
Thank you very much for that sentiment. One of the best. Again, pale kwa auka, we had a heated argument. Tulikuwa na kinapita Kioi. And then Sonkei, hivi mnamonaga kwa fietu si fietu. She posed a question especially kwangu. Wakaniambia, mbona una press Peter ashikwe, because tulikuwa tunasema Peter ashikwe, Frida apate justice. Mbona wakati wa Bigi hakukuwa nayo kitu? Nikamwambia mimi pasa, nikamwambia wewe unajua the legal procedures, unajua wewe mwenyewe ulifanya nini? Yes. Unataka sasa kupigania hapa TikTok. Absolutely. But again, kama ungekuja kwa mfano sasa, now I'm thinking kama Sonke angekuja halale upande wa atetewe na mtu kama Lady Jacqueline, unaelewa?
Yeah.
Diana angeruka upande wa Bigi. So this is how things roll.
But
wewe
again,
uko pale, yes.
The best thing, Raf Muli, is that every dog has its day. Maybe Big Daddy haijafika tu. So we cannot negate the fact that we cannot be comparing. That is not how life works. We cannot be so, hell-bent in rhetorics.
But we need to be a voice of reason, no matter.
Exactly. Just because someone did not happen, then does not mean it will not happen. Now we are saa hizi, we
Yeah,
have to work with what we have.
that's what exactly I told Sonkei. Kwa sababu tulikuwa tunasema nani apate justice,
What a
Frida.
what way of reasoning.
But
Why
again, nikamwambia fanya hivi, wewe ndio ulipigwa, wewe ndio ulipigwa pale klabu. Kwa nini na unajua legal
go
process?
and report.
We are
going to support you. You know, it starts with you. You cannot put yourself in situations. And I even call this, hata mimi Frida, I've called her out. Nikamwambia, in as much as we are here supporting you, I'm supporting the fact that you're now seeking justice, but you're also to blame. You know this person from the characters, from the things he's done on this app, from your previous experiences. You know he's an abusive, rowdy man. He's egoistic. He's a control freak. You know, he's someone who will demean you. And when he demeans women, he does that so that he gets power. You know, such men will come out here, vile kuma yako inanuka, kuma yako ni kubwa, such like, you know, they do things to put you down. You knew the characteristics of Peter Kioi. Peter Kioi is an abuser. He's a con man. Ile mambo ya Jeff Mwadhi. Alikuja kaiba pesa Jeff Mwadhi hapa. Mambo ya Nelson. Kisi alikula pesa Nelson hapa. Juzi amefanya bibi mtoto amekufa hapa. So you know he's a man of zero questionable morals. Okay? But you still had the audacity to go and be with him in a social space. Like, you put yourself in spaces with someone that you know is an abusive person. So we're going to call you out for that. But that does not mean we're not going to support you or believe you, right? Because we all make mistakes. Sometimes, you know, in hindsight, you think, okay, maybe it happened once, maybe it will not happen again. So we're not going to blame you for that. But we have to remind you and remind everyone else in your position that, remember, if you stand and support, show me your friends. If you're hanging out with abusers, with watu wanavuta bangi, kama mimi utaanza kuvuta bangi, wande na kwambia niajebu jaribu kuvuta, unaelewa? So you are your friends. You are the people you choose to be with. So you also have a responsibility, but then we're not going to, you are already down there, we're not going to hit you. This is a horse that has been flagged enough. We are going to support you so that you don't only find justice, but it also helps to deter anybody else going through this. Gives other people a voice as well, because apparently it has also given light that hata huyo Kate anafanya nini? She's being abused. So this is speculation, but trust you me, eventually one day, you know, she's gonna come out and talk. But you can't force her, we can't push her, because maybe she, as you say, she's in fear, you know. Hi, Kato.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Everybody?
you?
Sorry guys, I didn't want to be rude. Simu sijui nifanya nini, nikarudi nikapata kuna yake na repeat. Sorry guys, go ahead.
I do not ever come on live.
I know.
I do not, but this specific situation has made me come because, you know what, Atty, I have known you for a lot of years and you know that. I'm usually in the market. There's a book that came out, Joanna, whatever, she did Confessions of Nairobi Men, Confessions of Nairobi Women.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.